Hello, hello. Okay. One moment. I will read chat and everything in one moment. I'm just setting up the stream, posting on socials and whatnot, but thank you for coming out already. That's hypey. We're almost there. Almost there. Okay. Ooh. Hey, Tessera.
Hello.
Alright. So, for whatever reason, give me one sec. Okay. And then, alright, perfect. Alright, I can see everything now. So, let's see. First live stream I've attended. Welcome, welcome. This is where all the cool kids hang out. Yeah, gotta make sure the quality and everything is okay. Can't wait to see you test purple. It's probably bad, but the synergy with Lilith and that 4-cost spell and Kinkaku sounds promising on paper. What do you think, Tessera, as the resident purple player?
I don't know about Lilith, but I do. In new Kinkaku promote plus Titamon sounds pretty awesome.
Okay.
I'm planning on doing stuff with that later.
Yeah. So while I do have you, right? Freaking whatchamacallit. Yeah. Okay. So it feels like purple's level 4 slots are so like difficult to decide now, right? Like, is it just me? Like,
Sure.
okay.
Yeah, playing Titamon, yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot to go for.
Yeah, like there's
going for discard.
Mm-hmm.
Both Kinkaku and Gikaku are pretty awesome, and
yeah,
it's hard not to also run their promote with them.
Right, and
but,
the Ogremon.
Hard to give up on like blockers, especially if you're running Skull Greymon to give some vengeance.
Yeah,
Ogremon to pop level 4s. It's a lot.
Yeah, like there's Gingaku promote, Kinkaku, Devimon blocker, Devimon vengeance, Ogremon. Like there's just so many like strong level 4s that go into this Titamon list. Like the
upside is that with Tsunomon and all your discard outlets, you might be able to dig through your deck
that's what I'm thinking.
To see everything if you plan on running like a toolbox.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you could play like maybe like one of Kinkaku for. I think Kinkaku is the weakest personally, unless you. I'm mistaken, but Kinkaku seems like the weakest of all the level 4 potentials. So maybe like run it as a 1-of so that you can constantly like recycle it once you get into the trash once. Right?
Yeah. You only need the one that pops level 3. You kind of only want that for just like a discard fodder for if you want to make that promote. If you want to like say bring that back for with Titamon effect, which you really do because you gain the free memory for doing so.
Yeah, because I feel like
you need both
Ginkaku
for that effect.
Ginkaku is like fantastic, right? Like you definitely want to play several of this because it's not just your discard fodder. You want to be able to like have this consistently in your stack. And then Ginkaku promote. I'm surprised we even got those, to be honest. But Ginkaku promote it's just so good. Like it forces lethal, it draws cards, gains memory. Like it just does a lot. I feel like Ginkaku promote is also one of those cards where it's like once you see it in your trash, you're okay from there, personally, right? So maybe you play Ginkaku promote at like a 2-of. I think that'd be okay. Ogremon's the same thing. Once you see the 1 in trash, you can constantly just recycle it, so it's really, really good. And then Kinkaku is fodder. So I feel like in the grand scheme of things, you just end up running like several Ginkaku, several blocker Devi, and then like the rest can be like 1 or 2-ofs. I remember seeing a random list that only has 1 of each and 4 promote. I feel like your stack is so weak then, because Ginkaku's like this ESS is so strong, you know. But I guess you have Ginkaku promote to put it in the stack. I mean, but then you have to then you would have to revive this somehow to get value. So I don't know. I definitely have to play test it, but we have.
Yeah, I don't know about 4 with the promote. It also feels like another one of those cards where you just get into trash once and then continue to recycle, either through Titan's effect or through the new option.
Right, right. Also, hello Orange, hello Llama Boy, welcome, welcome. If you guys want to contribute any like ideas or stuff like that, feel free to. But yeah, so now that we have an okay amount of people watching right now. It's like late at night, so I'm not expecting too many people to join in. But for right now, I think it's okay. Yeah, so we'll start the set review. And so some of the cards, they're not proxied yet, but the English translations are already on the site, courtesy of Orange, who's in the call right now. So thank you very much, Orange. But yeah, so let's get started with this. Demi-Marimon is probably the weakest egg out of the 6, in my opinion, in this latest set. He doesn't really do too much, it feels like, because Red already has so much like DP gain that it feels kind of redundant, and it feels kind of awkward because it doesn't work when you want to swing at cards, especially when there's like so much piercing support, specifically Jessamon in the set. But he just doesn't work with Jessamon as well as one would want, so it feels kind of awkward.
It feels like a pretty odd egg out here too, especially since like he doesn't really like canonically evolve into the other ones that often. Or any of the rookies that we got in this set. So it feels like he's just sort of like a slipped in afterthought.
Yeah, like they have to fill a niche.
Just to fill the quota.
Right. Wait, let's see. Can promote place itself? Can Ginkaku shove itself? No, right? It can't.
Read it.
It says you may place. No, it cannot, because it specifically has the brackets, so it has to be specifically Ginkaku. So you cannot.
Like Nokia, pretty much.
Yes, that is correct, just like Nokia. Also, welcome.
Thank you.
And then, what if Bandai is making you choose between having Devimon and Skullgray? Because Skullgray makes up for the absence of Devimon a bit. Yeah, I do agree. I can see that definitely. I made a rough draft for Titamon list. It's very rough, but it doesn't feature the Devimon like we mentioned, because as you did point out, Skullgreymon kind of fulfills that niche, which is really, really nice. But yeah.
And now you have more slots.
For sure, yeah. Kiaramon, I've seen this card get played a little bit earlier today. This card is like fantastic. It's like really, really good. It's Upamon that doesn't require you to swing, more or less. So in the case of blue, it's really powerful. I definitely like that. Hey, what's up?
Upamon is still nice.
No,
I was
Upamon is still
testing
very
against
good, yeah.
Lux, and there were pretty often moments where he wishes he was using Upamon instead of Kiaramon. And he eventually just sort of swapped back over.
Really?
Mostly in situations where like I didn't have anything for him to like remove sources from, and he was just attacking at me. Like
That's
with
fair.
rookies and stuff.
That's fair. Yeah, for sure. Both cards are like really, really good. Definitely can make an argument for either or.
You could probably still run both, but like one of them would be a one of.
I think you just do 4-1 between the two. I like BBmon personally. I know some people have voiced not liking it because specifically you have to be at 3 or less security, but given...
Not 3 specifically.
Yeah.
Not or less.
Yeah.
It's just 3
3.
specifically.
You have to be at 3 specifically. My apologies. You have to be at 3 specifically, and so for that reason, a lot of people don't like him as much, but personally, I feel like you can set that up relatively easily given yellow, like what we've seen from yellow so far, right? Pulsemon, for example, does exist, which is, by the way, a super huge buff to War Greymon, it feels like, right? Like,
Inheritable jamming is kind of crazy.
Yeah, like for War Greymon, inheritable jamming is just crazy. But not only that,
Yeah,
but if
one
like,
of the pitfalls of War Greymon
you're
specifically.
yeah, specifically for War Greymon, it feels like. And then we'll eventually get like a Pulsemon 6 that'll probably use this as well, but we're not there yet.
Makes sense.
If you're too high, like if you're not at 3 because you're at 4 or 5 security, it's so easy for you to burn to that threshold in yellow, and vice versa. If you're at 2 or 1, you could probably heal your way back up playing cards like Lucamon or Angelwomon or etc. Right? Like yellow just has so many different ways to manipulate their security that I feel like I don't think this is the premier egg, but I definitely don't think it's a bad egg by any means.
It'd probably be a one of.
Because we look at yellow Digitamas, right? Let's see.
It could be an argument for you to play it. Like in my Mastermon build, I'm currently like building like with Upamon. It's like the draw is nice, but it's not always what I want, as opposed to gaining extra memory and being able to push it.
Yeah, because in Mastermon, the thing is, once you get in drop zone, that essentially like acts as a second hand already, right? So you're not as heavily reliant on getting those extra card draws. But you also don't do enough DP reduction to where you're capitalizing on Koromon or Pikmon. So maybe BBmon is actually the correct egg for Mastermon. I could definitely see that.
Testing has to be done, but yeah.
Let's see.
Remains to be seen.
Taste of Victory is in the chat. That's the boy, dude. So Taste of Victory has said, I need to test Jessamon. Looks strong. Yeah, Jessamon's probably like a top 3 deck in this format. I don't want to say it's the best deck. I don't want to say it's best deck. I don't want to say anything is the best deck right now because it's very early on. But I definitely feel like this is at least top 3 deck in the format.
At least the best red deck this set.
You can argue Agubond is better. I feel like, because Agubon has much stronger control elements than Jessamon does, and you can also argue that red-yellow security control is also better than Jessamon, just given the meta. Like being able to blow out Gabubond is super huge.
Yeah, just remembered that.
My one friend said he refuses to get into the card game until Huckmon is a card, and a week later it was revealed. Dude, that's how we get them. Let's go. Watching set review while eating Din Pog. Dude, you're a Pog. If you build your deck around getting at 3 consistently, BBmon is great. Yep, for sure. Taste of Victory duo stream. Tasty. This is okay. So I was gonna do gameplay tonight, but it is a bit late. So I'm probably just gonna stream gameplay tomorrow when more people are awake. So that way more people are exposed to it. And so for tonight, we're probably just gonna do like a really chill set review kind of thing. But you should definitely still hop in because I love you, BB. Pinamon is good for green. Sometimes you don't need that DP because it's green. You have a lot of naturally built-in DP gain. So Pinamon being able to draw is really, really nice. Especially because green hasn't had a lot of source of draw power prior to this. I don't think so, right?
It mostly relied on like searching, like from
right. Yeah, you had to like check top card, and then like they're all conditional, right? Like Izzy, for example. You had to meet like you had to have a level 5 or higher green, so it has that condition that you have to be met. Tentomon has to be hard played, and like so on and so on. Whereas Pinamon is very simple. Definitely like this card a lot. It's one of the few good green cards that came out of the set. Security control got so much out of this set, it's insane. Did they? What did security control get from this set?
More control.
Option.
They got more control, right? But nothing like too crazy, I don't think, right?
Like red-yellow security control?
Yeah. I mean, like, reinforced memory boost is really good.
Oh, and that Dynasmon option.
Yeah,
that you more A cost removal.
The Dynasmon option is fantastic, yeah.
Dynasmon option, Genkumon option.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, okay, they definitely got a lot of stuff. But the big thing that I feel like we really want to point out, though, is security control really hits its stride once we get this Galamon star deck because of cards like Atomic Blaster and cards like Warp Gilmon. Like, those are such impactful cards for security control. But yeah, definitely...
Honestly,
wait, what's up?
Because of the Dynasmon option and because of reinforced memory boost, there is an argument to be made of switching
to more yellow
security control away from more towards yellow.
Like
to yellow babies.
Yeah, for sure. Security control is definitely going to evolve given the set because you have red, yellow, black, red, yellow, black, yellow. There's like a lot of different ways you can approach it. It's pretty cool. I actually really like security control as a deck in the format entirely, just because it punishes those OTK style decks, which I think we're going to see a lot going forward, because like we have Gabubond, Azulong, etc. Right? So definitely security control is very welcomed. We have Pagumon on delete, reveal top card. It's a black Digi-Egg, so it's an RNG mechanic,
I mean, most of your deck is going to be black Digimon, but it still feels really weird.
Right.
You're going to be bottoming your options, you're going to be bottoming your white Digimon. You see that? And it's still like, it feels like a purple card that putting in black, because it feels like the overall theme of the set for black.
I actually think this egg is going to see, first of all, bro, he ate Kapurimon and he ate Toyagumon. That's so sad.
Yeah.
But I think the really cool thing, though, is that prior to this point, these black Digi-Eggs were very like specific to a niche. Like you have to have Blocker to use this one. You have to have Reboot to use this one. You have to be a D Brigade. You have to be a 7. You have to be like Karamon support, right? This is like one of the this is literally the first very generalized black egg. So I actually think this will see a lot of play, unironically.
Fair.
Black could also use some extra search or draw.
Let's see. Oh man.
Black definitely doesn't need some card draw.
How much of the video did you miss? We're still at the start, bro. Don't even worry. I waited for all the homies. Still on eggs. Just started not too long ago.
I'm still on eggs.
How are Agubons playing right now? Agubon looks really, really good. I don't know what Agubon deck is going to be the best. Because there's a lot of different variations. Like you said, you can do like standard climb into Agubon. You can warp into Agubon. You can play Agubon as a tech. There's a lot of different ways to approach this card. It's very versatile. So I'm not sure entirely, but definitely want to try warp Agubon. That sounds really fun.
So far it is.
I tried that recently. I was playing that that Greymon beatdown deck.
Oh, how is it?
That we've seen that were recently seeing the rounds in JP.
Yeah.
And when I splashed in the new Tamer and the new Agubon, and it seemed pretty decent.
That's good. That's really good, actually. Hi, James. Okay. Okay, that's hypey, dude. I can't wait. It started at Gallant, a staple red level 6. Should you run him as a secondary in decks that don't have one? Gallant is actually really, really good in my opinion, but he definitely shines the most when you have Guilmon to run. He is a good secondary. He's very splashable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's a very good secondary to run. I don't know if staple is the right word to put, but like if you have like no other good choices, he is very good.
Like he's never bad.
Galantmon, and he comes up a lot.
He's never a bad card in my opinion because he's so versatile. Like he's so cheap.
I think you're gonna randomly see him and just randomly see him, right? Like, in a bunch of decks. Another interesting point is that I think during review we say like Gabubon is better than Agubon, and that's pretty true. But if security control gets better,
then Agubon suddenly becomes stronger.
Right, because of the burn 1 on top of having natural bigger numbers. Gabubon is kind of stuck on 14. It's really difficult for blue to get much better.
Agubon being able to escape the Wyvern Breath threshold is probably going to become very relevant in the upcoming future.
Yeah.
So I think it's like one of those really interesting things. Like both are very strong cards in their own respective ways, but it really just depends on the meta, and I think that's super cool that this game is very much so like an evolving meta. Like we saw in BT5, Crusadermon was super huge, and then we saw Crusader tank because we had introduction to security control red yellow. We also and stuff like that, right? So it's actually really cool.
A weakness of Agumon I found in my testing is that the opponent can play around it by like not moving their Digimon out of raising and making me not have a target for his ability, and I can't like use his discard ability, so it doesn't do much.
Yeah, but I feel like in
that case, like if they're empty board, then Gabubon is better because he's guaranteed damage.
But I feel like into the security control matchup, they're like you're almost guaranteed to have something to pop, right? Because they play like one at a time kind of thing, unless they're willing to like really slow down their tempo and play like options and stuff.
But matchup dependent.
Yeah. I think it's like super strong into security control. But okay, so Sunomon, I think this egg is really, really good personally.
So good.
It's so good, right?
I haven't even tested it yet, but it looks really good on paper. It's going to help the purple discard decks actually like dig through their deck and find their winners.
Yeah, I was playing with it. I was playing with it earlier. I played like probably 3 games with it.
Yeah.
It just feels so good, because it literally just Tesla's been playing this card probably a lot more than me, so he probably knows. But so sometimes with the issue with this card that you run into is like you don't have just like the hand size to support it for like some of the more aggressive play you want to do, because like of how much you're actually discarding, right? Because you're just sometimes you're Taida, you're discarding for Ogre, that's 2, and you're discarding a 3rd if you want to go into like Rebellion or something, right? This card helps with paying those costs and make sure your hand is not super scuffed, and it's just like super good. It's been really great.
So how often do you guys think you're gonna come to decking out with discard purple? Like how often?
Could be more.
I don't think it's an issue.
Tidamon is enough of a damage dealer that I think you just kill them before that.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Theoretically,
go through deck.
Unless you're like against security control and they don't have, and they get lucky.
Right. And I don't think it go through deck as fast as like the Turbo Mill variant of Pokemon either.
Okay. So Agumon, this card was revealed super early on. I think it was like literally one of the first BT6 reveals. It was one of them, right? The first was Sistermon, and then we got Dynasmon.
Yeah, we got these, the 2, and then the 2 Bond.
Yeah. But yeah, this card, if you in Bond decks, this card is 100% a staple. And even in general, its effect, its like main effect is still pretty good. Being able to gain because you turn the Memory Tamer tie into a 3-cost all of a sudden, which is really really huge actually. And you also turn new tie into a 2-cost, which is also really insane in my opinion.
Yeah. It's really nuts because you generally want to play more than one of those because that's when that tamer really pops off, is when you're like suddenly gaining 3 memory and drawing 3 cards in the start of your turn.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it's more important because especially in red, you don't have access to as much memory option as blue does. So having the ability to gain this 1 memory to just speed up your evolution turn and stuff like that is really huge.
Yep. Okay, Shoutmon, he's draw power in red. There's not much to say. He's specifically for the advanced mechanic, right? But draw power in red, very welcome nonetheless. You know, I'm not gonna complain. It's really good.
I can see it being played in Shout DX decks because oftentimes it's like those decks really want the draw power to have both Shoutmon DX and Secretmon in their hands for that evolution.
I definitely think it's gonna be a staple.
Oftentimes, you know, you go into that evolution, you attack with it, and then they remove it some way, or like attack back over it, and then you have to find another one, which it's nice to have the draw power to find your second Shout DX and second Secretmon.
Yeah. I think another big thing though is wait, let me see Shoutmon. Yeah, so Shoutmon, the one from BT5, it can also search that Shoutmon as well as Omega Shoutmon being able to warp on top of the new Shoutmon. So I think it's also really really good thing to note.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, this Shoutmon is really good. Hackmon, oh man, Hackmon. Okay, this card, so good, so good. Me and Zero, we ran the math last night. I believe if you have 22 valid targets, I believe it was.
You're gonna hit this for 97%.
Yeah, if you have 22 valid targets, which by the way is you're not running like 4-4-4 of everything, but like it's a good amount. You have a 97% chance to find at least 1 target in your top 5. And then to find 2, I think it was like 83%, something along those lines, right? It was
something like that.
Yeah, it was like really good.
Assuming none of them end up in security,
right?
Even if you say you hit 2 of those in security, because 22 is about close to half the deck, right? So say you hit 2 or 3 in security, your odds of hitting this card is still like at least 1 target is well above 90%.
Yeah, it's so good.
2 target is close to like either 3 out of 4 games or 4 out of 5 games you're gonna hit this card, like 2 target off this card, right?
Yeah, so like the big thing that I do want to emphasize with Hackmon and why he's different from Kotemon is because Kotemon was he was restricted to what he can pull, right? He could pull, what was it? Where even are they?
Holy Warrior.
Kotemon grabs
grabs Warrior and Holy Warrior. So in the grand scheme of things, right, in a Lord Nightmon deck, right, because that's where he's you're playing him mostly. You can't grab Kotemon because he's a reptile. You can grab Gladymon, but Gladymon wasn't good. Gladymon was very mediocre as a card. You're playing this as like a 1-of at most. So we're playing 1-of. We're playing 4 Nightmon, 4 Crusader, and then like realistically, you weren't playing any other Holy Knight because they didn't have a lot of innate synergy with Lord Nightmon. So you had a total of 9 targets versus Jesmon, who can consistently run 22 targets, and it feels really really good. Because the reason why Jesmon has so many more targets than Lord Nightmon is because of the Sistermons, right? Yeah. So really, really impactful. The math just like super in your favor.
Well, also
it also helps that his whole line is good.
Yeah. I was gonna say that Hackmon has good targets. Well, like Kote has like
Glady's some dog.
2 good targets. That's 2 good targets.
Yeah, Glady is so dog shit. Okay.
The grab itself is also huge.
Yeah, the fact it grabs itself, unlike Kotemon. Okay, Flamemon, he gives Ancient Greymon piercing. I think the deck it needed it. It really needed it.
It might be a card for future set, especially if they keep supporting
Emperor
Ancient.
Greymon, dude.
Yeah. I mean this again. I think like just make Ancient Greymon playable. It doesn't make it good.
Yeah, that for sure. Ancient Greymon is not
definitely a deck I wanted.
It's not the best deck.
It's by no means gonna make any like leaps and bounds across the meta, but definitely it makes the deck a lot more playable. So that's cool.
Yeah.
It helps people who are still sticking to that deck.
Yeah, because it is a really cool deck. It is a very cool deck.
I just find it really funny.
Like, it's nice that we're still getting support for all our old archetypes and new sets.
Yeah,
it's just really funny that keep getting 1 card that keep it in the viability range, like randomly.
Yeah. Okay, Battle Hackmon. First off, it has the 3 sister mons, so it's Bandai acknowledging the fact that CL exists simultaneously as Noir
and Blanc.
Yeah. Well, we already knew Blanc and CL existed simultaneously, but Noir and CL never existed simultaneously, if I remember correctly. But here's living proof. So when Bandai eventually censors Noir, bite me.
Lore.
Yeah, they forget to put one of them in the set.
They'll print her next set.
Hackmon has
That'd
me.
be good.
Okay, so Hackmon has me thinking about not needing red memory boost as much. Yeah, you can definitely justify not running a red memory boost. Simultaneously, you can justify it because being able to power spike on 3 is still really, really powerful, and filtering is still good because you still have to remember that running the sister mons does impact your ratios a little bit because you have to run less of certain ratios in order to fit them in because space is tight, as well as sometimes you don't want to hard play Hackmon because it does cost 3. Whereas if you hard play the memory boost for 3, you get that you're stocking up that memory. So it's a bit different.
Yeah, what I've noticed against that matchup is one of the things that memory boost enables you to do is to hide in raising and do something during your turn that isn't establishing your board in case you're fighting some sort of like
Force Strip, for example,
board controlling archetype.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, so Battle Hackmon effect. This effect is actually really good. I don't think a lot of people understand how significant this is. Being able to pop a 5k Digimon means all 1-cost evolution blockers are now poppable. That's like super huge, because what do people do to protect their Digimon from Jesmon just fucking bopping it? Oh, they run their blockers. Battle Hackmon goes, no.
Well, also, doesn't this have synergy with Poromon? Because then you can pop a 6k?
No. Because Poromon, because they don't reduce. They say if they have X threshold, pop them. So Poromon.
Well, no. You reduce 5.
No, it doesn't reduce. It just deletes.
God, why am I bad?
Okay, you can't read. It's okay. It's okay. It does, however, have synergy with Rise Greymon. So with Rise Greymon at the same stack, you can now suddenly pop 7Ks. And if you guys didn't know, right, 7K for level 5 is huge, because if you take a gander, majority of level 5s are all 7K or less. There are a few exceptions. But majority of them are 7K or less. So with Rise Greymon plus Battle Hackmon, suddenly you pop like 90% of level 5s in the game. That's so crazy. That's so crazy strong. But yeah. Deltamon
also pushing the bar in terms of stats too. 6 KDP, that's huge.
Yeah.
Especially for a non-vanilla, non-blocker.
Yeah, Battle Hackmon is he's a thickie.
It's the first of its kind.
Yeah, Dark Tyrannomon, step aside. Battle Hackmon is here. All right, Deltamon, he's a cheap 5. He's a 5-cost 7K. He's cool. Megadramon.
Level 4.
Yeah, he's also level 4. But okay, Megadramon. This card is sick. This card is super, super duper sick. Okay, so the reason why Megadramon is so sick is because his ESS is like whatever. Okay, we don't care about that. But the cool part is that he comes from red and black, but also that he is treated as a black Digimon. So now we can viably run black top end in a red deck, right? So what does that enable for us in terms of deck building? Let's say Jesmon, right?
Zubagon Punch.
Yeah, you could Zubagon Punch, right? Realistically, right? But not only that, but what do we enable because of that as a result? First of all the red Greymon support, we can play Black War Greymon with that now. Actually, like unironically, I think that's like kind of hypey.
And the promo one with freestanding is kind of busted with Sec +1 from Greymon.
Yeah, true. We can run promo Black War Greymon and give him all of the red ESSs. So we give him that security, that DP gain. He no longer relies on Zubagon Punch. How hype is that? That's so cool. You can also run Craniumon. We can run Craniumon now in red. And so if you pair Craniumon with Jesmon, for example, cool. Now we can give all of our sister mons effect destruction immunity. So that's also super cool. And Noir would make Craniumon into a 14k blocker, which is also super, super duper dope. You can play Gundramon. You can rip a Transcendent Sword. It's cool. I don't know. That's like a whole different discussion.
Vice versa. You could play, like red with black too.
Yeah. And then Gankumon in red as well, because if they try to play around red, like Jessamon, by having their stack standing instead of rested, then Gankumon pops out and just like bops them on the head. So really, really cool stuff. That it enables, like, so much stuff is enabled. Let's see. Censored Noir, Keck W. Rice Greymon is the best red card in the game. No cap. Nope, it's just one. Not even an argument. Doesn't matter. I love being able to go from red level 2s to black War Greymon. Dude, hell yeah. Okay, and then we have Ashuramon. Ashuramon's actually really, really interesting because he has Blitz when Digivolved into him. So he would then receive support from like Shoutmon and all, like the Shoutmon support. So I think that's actually really interesting. I don't think this card is particularly good, but if you play draft format, this card is probably insane. So that's a really cool thing. Savior Hackmon is phenomenal. This card single-handedly pushes Jessamon. It pushes Jessamon into tier 1 territory alone, which I argue Jessamon was tier 1 even prior to this, but people will call me crazy and biased, which, like, albeit I am, so it's fine. But yeah, so not only does he play a Sistermon when Digivolve for free, so we either get a free draw or we get to reduce his cost essentially to 2, which is super huge, but he gives Jessamon a restand, which is super, super, duper significant when we get to Jessamon, because Jessamon is not once per turn. When he swings, you may play a Sistermon from your hand or trash without paying its cost. And because this is not once per turn, you swing the first time, call a Sistermon, restand off a Savior, and then swing again, and then you call a second Sistermon. So you could potentially go double Noir or double Blanc or like one or two. A lot you can do. But the DP gain of the Piercing is once per turn, so keep that in mind. However, do note that Piercing is until the end of the turn. So if we Digivolve into BT5 Omnimon, you do retain that Piercing. So that's actually super, super relevant. Jessamon, in my opinion, is such a powerful card overall in this set, and the reasoning why that is because he is board expansion in red. He's very similar to Lord Nightmon and how that card performed, because you expand your board, you have high DP, etc., right? So you have good numbers, you have board expansion, you have strong ESS, freestanding, some forms of removal. Like you just do everything. This card's crazy.
Jessamon is what Lord Knight should have been.
He is unironically a balanced Lord Nightmon, which granted, like, Lord Nightmon itself isn't the issue. It's blinding light, but I digress. Magnet Kid is cool. I think he's the weakest of the 3 Musketeers. I could be wrong, but
I'm personally,
in my opinion, he is.
I think Bell is the worst so far.
I really like Bell. Oh man, I super duper like Bell.
Bellstar is the best.
Bellstar is like Bellstar is the
last
best.
night. She's amazing.
Bellstar is fantastic. But yeah, Magnet Kid.
I mean, the security attack plus 1 comes up.
Yeah,
it's nice. It comes up in the deck. I just not sure how to fit him in.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's not bad by any means. He's just the worst of the 3 is all it is. But being able to cast 7 cost options, which for those of you that don't know, that means you are able to cast the following options, right? We can cast Trump Sword, Transcendent Sword. This is huge, by the way. This is like super huge. Transcendent Sword is huge. Happy Bullet Showering is not very good, so we pretend it doesn't exist. Gewalt Schwarmer. This card is great. This card is like super good. It's so good. Fly Bullet is really good. It's basically Hell's Gate, more or less. We randomly have access to Cocytus, which is cool. And then
better than Hell's Gate, or not arguably, but like.
You think it's better than Hell's Gate?
I mean, it depends on the situation.
Right.
Hell's Gate hits 6 and above. Fly Bullet hits 6 and below. Hitting below was like the issue I had with Hell's Gate is that like I just couldn't make any preventative moves with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Security effect.
And then you can also play Nailbone off of Magnet Kid, which is really cool.
I mean, if you're playing purple bait.
The big thing was it works in security. Well, Hell's Gate just add to hand.
Big issue I found with Magnet Kidmon is that I was tempted I'm pushing more towards building 3 Musketeers with a purple base, and it makes it harder to like go into Magnet Kid in that way, unless you're playing like Deputymon. Which is a card that you won't be able to evolve into either.
Okay, so have you noticed that Jessamon's effect is different on the official card list? It is? What does that even mean? Nani?
I don't see the difference.
Wait, what's up, Orange?
I said it. I don't see the difference. I checked.
Oh, you already checked it? Okay, cool. I'm not gonna trip about it then if you already checked it. Okay, and then we talked about Agumon very briefly already, but being able to destroy on swing as well as burning security is super duper powerful. So it's all still really good. This card is fairly good. You can play it in non. Oh, what's up?
It's translated. It says for some reason it says if you have another Digimon in play instead of when you play another Digimon.
Oh, no.
That's obviously translation.
Yeah, Jesmon is when you play another Digimon. Because otherwise it wouldn't make sense in English.
Okay, so the proxy's wrong?
No, the proxy's correct.
It's correct.
The site is incorrect.
Yeah, the official website's incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's translations on that all the time. That's why we have so many erratas.
Yeah, and then Agumon, you can play Agumon in a non-Agumon focused deck, just because his ability is still super strong, and he costs 3 to Digivolve into. So how I see it, in terms of red level 7s, and you have BT1 Omnimon, who is non-conditional removal / restand, right? That is its own thing. Costs 6. You have Altarest, so board-wide removal, low level board-wide removal, that costs 6. You have Blitz Omnimon, so it doesn't have removal, but it's more aggressive, right? So it can push for your game, that costs 4. And then you have Agumon, who's kind of like that middle ground between pressure that Blitz Omnimon has, and as well as having removal that BT1 Omnimon has. So he's very much so like in that middle ground area. So if you want removal that isn't 6 cost, Agumon is really good in red. And there's like other conditions as well that you have to understand. Like for example, you cannot fuse into Agumon, unlike the various Omnimons, as well as
Wait, you can't?
Fuse into it?
Because no, you can't. Wait, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I forgot. Yeah. I forgot. My bad. I take it back. Scratch that. I forgot. Okay. But anyway, the other big difference though is that Agumon is wind attack for his destruction. So unlike BT1 Omnimon, if you swing something and then Digivolve into it, you don't get that removal. So do keep that in mind. So like for example, Jesmon, if you swing Jesmon and then Digivolve into Agumon, you wouldn't be able to get that removal unless you restood with Savior Hack and then just don't swing Jesmon the second time. Which, now that we've brought that up, kind of want to test that. But
Get the extra system on so they can go into it.
kind of want to test that now. Oh, that's.
Well, also like the one good thing about this is because it burned the option. You can lethal from 1 with only 1 attack. Bliss Omni kind of serve the same purpose because you do a swing and you bliss, right? So it's both of the same. But yeah, so that does give this the benefit of the Bliss Omni of being able to lethal when your opponent has like 1 security left.
Do you mean Bond?
Yeah, Bond give the same like benefit that Bliss Omni does, where you can lethal if they have security left, you can lethal off of just 1 stack instead of having to generate a second attack.
Wait, maybe I'm confused. Wait, don't you mean Blitz? Because Blitz needs to kill on if they have 0 left. Bond can kill on 1. Is that what you mean?
What he's saying is that if you have Blitz, you can attack.
Yeah, you can attack Blitz.
Then go into Blitz for game.
Yeah.
Or you can go into Agumon and just attack and discard the last security and have that be a direct attack.
Well, I was thinking you can. So if they're at
either one both works.
Well, no. I was because. Oh no! Yeah, you can. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it adds up. Okay, same thing.
Yeah, what's nice is this card is flexible.
It
works either at climb, climbing all the way up to 7, or it works with warp. Both of them feel pretty viable.
Okay, so now that red is finally out of the way, man, we got 45 people watching. It's 10 o'clock, people. Come on. All right, Gabumon, just like Agumon, it's a really good card. It serves. He's so chunky. He's so cute. What the fuck?
Yeah, like,
he's so cute. What?
Yeah, he's just like he's just so
he's just a happy chunky boy, dude. What is so cute?
Maybe it's the angle. He just looks so chunky.
He's relaxing.
Wait, I need to look this up now. Is he really that chunky?
No, he doesn't know.
Oh god, I forgot. Gabumon on a cross. God. Yeah, that's cute. Okay, whatever. Not him being hung on a cross, but Yeah, Gabumon, in the same respect as what it does for Agumon, is really good because he enables a Bond of Friendship to swing for a third time, which is really fantastic. Did he say it was 10? We're in the same time zone? Yeah, I'm in Houston, bro. Gizamon. Gizamon. What?
I'm also in Houston. That's crazy.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That's what the heck?
Damn.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. We can talk about it later. But Gizamon's a really cool card because it gives DP gain in blue, which is very scarce outside of like Mach Galgamon. So really
2000 is also really
yeah,
nice.
2000 is also a very generous number, so very much appreciated. Good job, Gizamon. You did it. Madoki Betamon. It is what Shumon and Co are, but for blue. And I feel like memory blockers in general are going to become very good going forward into the future formats because of memory boost. Madoki Betamon is able, and cards like that, are able to stop memory boosts from giving you memory. So that's also like that's super huge, I feel like. So
I have lost games to cards like that recently.
So if you can fit in like 2 memory blockers, I definitely think that is the way to go, personally. But
if you have no other rookies, of course, like no other
I think
choices.
especially with the launch of this set, everyone's just gonna start off playing with the new option, right? Because
right, yeah. Everyone wants to play those new memory boosts. So Madoki Betamon and Co are, God, I love this name, Madoki Betamon. Anyway, they're just good. They're just great. Okay.
Weird red and yellow still missing theirs. Maybe next set.
Yeah, red and yellow will get theirs next set. I will hard slam Madoki Betamon and Jesmon. Don't mess with me. All right.
Betamon line doesn't get enough love.
Sad. Okay, Strabimon, he gives you memory. He enables Ancient Garurumon plays really well, especially with Bond of Friendship. It's actually some really cool stuff that you can do. He's not he doesn't fix his archetype. You know, like, how do I explain this?
Comparing it to Flamon like fixes an issue with race strategy.
Yeah.
This one doesn't really fix anything
It's good.
because it's
It is
just
good.
This doesn't
memory.
give you like this doesn't certainly give you the extra body.
Right, yeah, like Ancient Greymon without Flamemon is not good. Now it's serviceable. Ancient Garurumon without Strabimon was still serviceable. Now it's just like more serviceable, you know?
The memory.
I like that
It's
one
like
memory
it-
enables anything.
Yeah, the one memory
It's
enables a
nice to
lot.
have. Yeah, it's nice to have.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have.
Yeah, it's like it's not like something. It's not like there's something was missing that costed 1 memory that it needed like the 1 memory option or something.
Yeah.
It's not. There's nothing like there for it. So it's kind of weird.
Okay,
It's just another hybrid. More
so
hybrids.
Octomon is a 7k level 4. Is vanilla. Note the Hookmon in the back. DW3 Monmon Hookmon Armormon Cannondramon, please.
The art for this set has been.
Oh, it's so good. Dude, can we get Cannondramon? I really want Cannondramon. He's gonna be like a rare and an uncommon. I'm gonna be tilted, but like I really want Cannondramon, dude. Oh, he's so cool, dude. He's just a dinosaur with gun strapped to his back. He's literally the meme. You know, they're like, yeah, dude, my Digimon digivolved into a dinosaur with a tank on its back. It's literally Cannondramon. Like, it's so cool. Moyamon's okay. I don't think he's that good. I mean, he's good, but I don't think he's like, I need to run Moja?
I don't know either.
I'm not even gonna try, but
It's just another jamming. Like if you.
yeah, it's a jammer specifically for Sword Strip. Like he's good, but he's not one of those like you have to run this card. It's definitely like one of those. Oh yeah, I could dig it. I like the chip. Okay.
You want the unattacking crash source on a Elosaur. It's probably better choice than Garurumon, but that's about like the best you can say about it.
Yeah, he's better than Garurumon. Okay. Panyamon. This card is kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. So when it's the ESS, when attacking, once per turn you gain 1 memory. So this card is very similar to a very well-known card, Zudomon. But there are some differences between Zudomon and Panyamon. For one, Panyamon memory gain is once per turn. Zudomon is not once per turn. So if you multi-attack, Zudomon can get you more, Panyamon cannot. But Zudomon costs 7 to hard slam, whereas Panyamon is only 5. So those two differences are actually super. And like obviously Zudomon has his on play draw too, but those differences make like it's a really big difference actually. So depending on what your deck wants to achieve, you definitely have to like fiddle with it, right?
Yeah, especially with memory boost, right? You can
especially with memory boost for sure.
Yeah.
I think the big thing though, personally, I'm a bigger fan of Panyamon than Zudomon going into this future format, mostly because if you have either, you don't have Majiramon, which means you don't have a restand, so it's not like you're gonna get more memory off the turn anyway. Most likely. So at that point, I would just take the cheaper 5.
You can be more relevant in the future. Like in red, you see those lists that run like Triceramon and Vermillimon and just go like hard drop.
Like the Mega Zoo, yeah.
Yeah, so this might enable this sort of same strategy in blue because now we have 2 blue level 5s that have high play cost.
That's true. Who's the other one? Mazaiwan? Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we could play Mega Zoo blue. That'd be kind of lit. Wait, did we already talk about Alphamon? No, we haven't gotten there yet. Riptor from Killer Instinct is a Digimon? What is Riptor? Killer Instinct? Oh. What? It's deadass just a dinosaur? Does he have a gun on his back? It doesn't look like it. Okay.
No, it's just a Cyberraptor.
Okay, Dragomon. This card is actually really cool because he's essentially Mock Galgamon on Digivolve, so depending on the format and how people decide to build their decks, Dragomon can actually see some use, which is really cool because lore-wise, he's a super dope Digimon. But he's very much so like Mock... Yeah, like, oh, this is on Digivolve. Mock Galgamon is during main phase.
Yep.
Pick your poison, right?
This is... Yeah, it's I kind of like it a lot.
I like it a lot too, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like Yeet as a blocker.
The arguably the best level 5 blue in the game. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of big.
Kind of big. How many? Okay, like even among all level 5 all color, how many is actually better than this card? Only a few, right?
Okay. I didn't want to say it was the best because like we have to test it more, but like it's probably the best. It's kind of
depends.
It's kind of
huge.
It's kind of just insane. It's
interesting, and it opens up blue design space because we haven't had unsuspend Evo source in blue until now. Mostly because blue usually puts unsuspend on the level 6.
Yeah.
So this kind of expensive mind space for level 6s that have.
Okay, wait. What do we randomly enable because of this? First of all, ESS that are on attack suddenly have so much more value. Right. So I think it's one really big thing. Let's see. What do we have?
I mean, you have stuff like
Metal Garurumon can double swing without Garuru in source now. That's cool.
Yep.
Let's see. You could literally just play a source strip package, and then top end can be like non-source strip related, and like it would probably work out.
You can just OTK with a Zulon.
You can also do that, yeah.
This also give. The one thing this also does is kind of give Imperial like 2 source that give it multi attack, right? As opposed to if you have to go into Dino B, you lose the multi attack.
Wait, but your Imperial would cost 5. I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm saying, I'm not.
I mean, you could do that.
Yeah, but that give you, because again, blue has memory, a lot of memory gain, so it might. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying like that's an avenue you can go down.
We can make Mirage double swing. Mirage double swing with Thomas. That's a thing now. Yeah. Ancient Garuru can swing an extra time. Or does it miss timing?
I think
it would.
Like you may.
It would.
Yeah, you can like.
Oh yeah. Okay. Ancient Garuru does say Yume. Perfect. It doesn't miss timing. That's lit.
It's not a Yume. I think that's a mistranslation.
Wait, Ancient Garuru is a mistranslation?
Like from in?
Wait, you think Ancient Garuru is a mistranslation, Tessera?
Last I checked, it wasn't a Yume. Or my tripping here.
Let me check the Japanese.
Yeah, if you can check, please, Orange. Neptunemon can double swing. It's lit. It's lit.
Slayermon can do.
Yeah, Slayermon can double swing too.
Yeah, force security check unblockable. That's actually kind of sick.
Wait.
Right, you can go.
Wait, unblockable 4 damage. Wait a second.
Yeah, you literally go Slayermon, swing twice for security, go into Bliss. That's like lethal from 4.
Wait a second.
put an arrow Digimon
The
into it?
question was, Ancient Guru, when destroyed, you may. Is that right?
No,
No,
the double swing. Like when he swings, do you have to
it's technically-
immediately unsuspend too?
Up to
I think it
two.
is by technicality because it's up to 2 of your
Just
Digimon.
choose up to 2.
So yeah, it probably is actually
To just not choose Restand
optional.
Ancient Guru himself.
So it is
Choose
optional?
something else.
It's mandatory to
Technically.
choose up to 2.
Mandatory.
up to 2.
So
to
then
do though.
Like
So
not Restand Ancient Guru if it's one
I
back.
forget if up to 2 is requires 1 minimum or not. I feel like that might have been a rule at some point. I have to double check some of the rule
yeah,
books.
definitely check that.
It's definitely a deep dive you have to go back into.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Slayer Dramon.
Wait, I want to play Slayer Dramon with Majiramon now. That sounds so cool. That sounds so lit. Yeah, Majiramon basically enables a lot of different avenues for blue. Just because freestand as an ESS is kind of crazy. Pukumon is really cool because he is a board wide you can't block. So if like let's say black becomes meta, Pukumon can just right. So that's really cool.
Meta.
That's all Digimon. That was
Also,
just him.
also he can just force lethal more or less because he can just disable blockers. That's cool. Zulongmon is easily top 2 SRs in this set. This card is so good. Not only does he potentially refund his cost, but he just has so much security. Like, the whole issue with Source Strip Blue prior to this was it just didn't do anything. Like it just didn't push. Because you would like you just pass your turn and your opponent would just like you need your opponent to handshake you, and if they don't handshake you, then you're just donezo. And this card is like, I don't need your handshake anymore. I'm gonna punch you in the jugular.
And the other issue is that since it doesn't do anything, a lot of time your opponent can just develop a white board and then like just pop whatever is like your hex flower, right, and then just swing the lethal or something. This actively punishes them for developing a wider board.
Yeah. Like, a Zulong to me is what Nidhogg was for green. It's just so huge, right? It's 5 cost, big dragon boy, right? And they're both like super impactful. But I digress.
Awesome efficient.
I know we talked or we're way past it already, so just double checking.
Yeah.
In the English card, it says it says May. So
yeah,
that's
so
the
it should be
typo.
optional, right?
Not
But
optional.
the Japanese
double
card
checked.
is different.
Oh
It
no.
says choose up to 2, and I double checked the detailed rules that we just got, and up to number. If it says up to,
It's
a
mandatory?
minimum of 1.
Gotcha.
Minimum of 1.
Okay.
But
I got you.
in the English card, it says May, so they have to errata it to fix it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's another mistranslation. It's like
okay.
they just fixed with the GUI and the
Okay.
Gabumon.
Sounds good. Okay, so Bond of Friendship. Bond of Friendship is a really good card. Not only can he potentially bounce 3 different bodies back to your opponent's deck, to the deck by the way, not even the hand, so it's just automatically better than like whatever the Kokaitis Breath was trying to pull off, but he also has multi-attacking. He's 14k as well, so it's not like he's gonna like get chumped in security. Great card. Fantastic card. Definitely something.
One thing I want to say about the bonds actually real quick. Both something I find really cool is how both bonds like counter like the Aeosmon strategy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Agubon like destroys the level 6, and while Gabumon gets rid of like all the level 5s they spam out.
Yeah. This theme is very like Digimon in general is very much so like thematic. Everything is very true to its original source. And that's why Aeosmon is so awful.
So,
What do you mean Aeosmons are green SR? You can't diss Aeosmon.
So, can you explain to me how Aeosmon beat B2 went?
Hey, we got to get through all of yellow before I can complain about Aeosmon. All right, actually no, we got to go even further than that. But
Gotta go past purple.
okay, Tinkermon.
You can just skip green.
Green's not real. Green's not a real color. It's
Yeah,
not.
green. We didn't get green cards this set.
Yeah, I'm like the green
Green's
actually
just
even
new.
gets support.
Oh, hang on.
Green's the new black.
Hang on, one sec. Wait.
We got 1 green card and it was
Yeah?
Morphomon. That's it.
What's up? I'm not muted right now, so watch what you say.
Can I just eat soup and play GBF in here?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Bro, I just don't want to be in my room.
Okay, yeah, go for it, dude.
Also, real quick, you want to hear some good news?
What?
Of the views, I checked the analytics for my video for the first
Uh-huh.
day. My video has a 65% click ratio.
Pog.
Everyone that got, so the random people that got shown it, so not from channels, not links, not just like YouTube, but like here you go, it's got a 65% click rate. So
Pog champ, dude.
So if I can just get the algorithm to show it to more people.
Okay, yeah, you can just chill in here if you want. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So Tinkermon. Tinkermon on delete, when one of your opponent's Digimon gets -1 security attack. I don't think the effect is very good, but the big part is that you can call it... It's a Tinkermon, yeah, so you can call it off Petermon. So Petermon now has 2 different Tinkermons it can pull through. I also think it just alludes to the fact that we're going to get Kazemon in yellow in BT7. Because there has been media where Tinkermon digivolves into the Kazemon. So I think it's just setting up for that, personally. And then we have Tapermon. Tapermon is when a card is removed from your security stack, draw 1. This is super easy given yellow. It's like, oh, Mastemon effect, Blinding Light effect, Dynasmon effect, draw. It is...
Add +2 to hand.
Yeah, so do you keep in mind, though, do you keep in mind that this set for yellow, it doesn't look impressive on the surface, right? But I feel like that is a misconception, because in reality, this set for yellow was actually really, really good. It just doesn't support Crusader. It supports literally every single other archetype yellow had. It supports War Greymon. It supports Mastemon. It supports what's another whack-ass yellow archetype?
I think War Grey is
Greymon with the new tamer. Smile.
Yeah, I think War Grey is kind of scary after this.
War Greymon looks really good after this set, yeah, for sure. What else do we randomly support?
Got a new tamer. So.
Shine Greymon did get another tamer. Wait, that's... Ooh, that is true.
The tamer is really good too.
Yeah, we got some really good tamers.
Wait, Shine got another tamer. I didn't even think about that. Oh, Okay, so 3 previous deck archetypes got support this set.
And none of them are Lord Knight.
What?
None of them are Lord Knight.
Okay,
It's interesting because we don't know how ahead of a set Bandai design cards. Like in a lot of other card space card games, generally they would design a set 9 months in advance. So it's hard to say if this is like
intentional
in the sense that like this is a reaction to the meta, or they purposely knew
didn't
Lord
give...
Knight would
Yeah.
like kind of would be a little bit too strong, and then like purposely designed the following set to not give Lord Knight support.
Right. Okay. Okay. Does anyone feel this set really wants you to swing with level 5? Potentially. Ripped Green, yeah, Ripped Green. Black needed the support, yeah, Black got some really good stuff. Bazookas, I love you, Noman. Almost lunchtime for me. Hell yeah, dude, get that lunch. They couldn't even bother making Aosmon a green card. Apparently that was too good.
What do you mean Aosmons or green SR?
Sag. Can you test Dynasmon? I don't think Dynasmon is his own deck, personally. I think he's very much so a secondary.
He's nice in Mastemon.
Ooh, I want to test that. Mastemon with Dynas? That sounds cool.
He doesn't provide you a win condition.
Yeah, he doesn't do very much on his own.
There.
Okay, Pulsemon. This on-play effect is really cool. But the God, I like blanked. Okay, the really big thing though is his ESS, because when you have 3 security, it gets jamming. And so that suddenly fixes. Whoops.
War Grey.
Yeah, it fixes War Greymon's biggest issue, that he would just randomly die to security. So now we can double swing at security with jamming. It's so good. War Greymon is like really strong after this set, honestly. So don't feel too bad about investing that in BT4, because it'll come back. I think Wizardmon is really good. When you remove a card from your security, you gain a memory. So if you Blinding Light, if you Mastemon, if you War Greymon, you all get the +1. So Wizardmon, it feels really good.
Blinding Light is 3 memory.
Yeah, Blinding Light is suddenly a +3.
I did not think of that.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Mastemon is now a 3-cost evolution off of this. That's really cool.
Yeah.
What's the Mesra? Alright.
We said I've done that before. Blinding Light for 3 memory with Wizardmon.
True. Was it nice? Did it feel nice?
Yeah. The little weakness is that you need to have a security stack. So like if you have 0 security, Blinding Light still works, but you don't gain the extra with memory.
Yeah. Okay. Baluchimon. Arguably the best art in this entire set. I'll be real. This art is like phenomenal. It's
so good.
It's so good.
The boy Tapermon is there.
Yeah, my boy Tapermon, dude, just on the.
I got 2 Tapermon cards this set. It's pretty sick.
Yeah,
we got 2 Bellucci-mons in this set.
I'm just happy I can finally play Tapermon without like suiciding him.
Oh wait, Mimicmon's here?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Surprisingly.
No, I meant like, is Mimicmon in the background of Taper? He isn't, right?
No, Bellucci is.
Yeah, I knew Bellucci is, yeah. Okay, so Bellucci is literally just a Pot of Greed. So if Mastemon revives him, Pot of Greed. Kinda lit. That also justifies not running Upamon as your primary egg, because then you can just Bellucci-mon to draw instead. But more importantly, Mimicmon. This is the real winner. When played, if you have 3 or less security, gain 2 memory. So
Someone can become a 1 cost.
I want to point out, both Bellucci-mon and Mimicmon are 4 costs to slam. So they're not even that expensive, and they both have really strong on-play abilities. More importantly, Mastemon, if you have Wizardmon in stack, revive Mimicmon, Mastemon suddenly just became a 1-cost evolution.
That's disgusting.
That's so good.
And Mimic is technically the first 2-cost level 4 if its effect goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mimicmon.
That has a lot of.
It does have a lot of implication. That is actually like super crazy. He turns himself into a 2-cost hard slime, basically.
Yeah. So you can 2-cost level 4, evolve for level 5, for like what, minimum 4 memory, maximum like 5 memory.
Yeah.
So off 5, you can go to immediately like from empty board go to 6.
Yeah.
That's like real huge.
Yeah, it's so crazy. These 2 cards are like super impactful for yellow in general, as well as Wizardmon. Like these 3. Okay, if you've never heard me rant about it, yellow had the worst level 4s out of all 6 colors. By far the worst. It wasn't even a competition. It really wasn't.
Yeah, this set give it like 4 good ones.
No, like this set, yellow just got 4 good level 4s, and we'll talk about Bulkmon in a sec. But like, people are like, oh no, dude, like black had worse level 4s. No. Yellow had the worst level 4s. It wasn't even a competition. How awful yellow's level 4s were. You know what yellow had? This. They had Geogreymon.
Oh man.
Yellow.
Yeah, I'm just like, man. I remember seeing people playing Geogreymon. I'm like, oh yeah, your alternative option is playing vanilla.
Like yellow's level 4s were so bad that every single yellow deck ran the same level 4s. It was 4 Terrymon, 4 Pedomon, and then like Unimon, maybe a Gladymon if you're playing Lord Nightmon. Like it was just so linear. But now we have like so many different cards. Like they did yellow a lot of justice in this set, honestly. Okay, Bulkmon. If you have 3 or more security, get +1 security attack. Pulsemon gives you jamming if you need. So if you guys don't know, green-yellow Rookie Rush is a thing in Japan currently. Bulkmon and Pulsemon are just green-yellow Rookie Rush support. Like, you can now essentially replicate the Vmon x Vmon combo with this now. So that's really cool, actually. Apemon is a 2-cost evolution level 4, and he's he's a 2-cost level 4, 8k DP. He's just thick.
Is he the biggest level 4 in the game?
He is the biggest level 4 in the game. He is just really thick. Apes together strong.
That art though, look at that art.
I like the Edomon in the corner, like this little creeper dude.
Just Goku.
Yeah, he's literally. We're gonna get Goku Woomon next set.
Yeah. When I saw him, I was like, man, I was so disappointed that he didn't get Gokumon.
Okay, Mammothmon. During all players' turn, when you have 3 or less security, this Digimon gets +1000 DP.
That's okay.
It's okay. Mistymon. Once per turn, when a card is removed from your security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -2k DP. It's okay.
It's only 2k.
I mean,
thing about
wait.
Mammothmon 5 cost.
Oh yeah, that's true. Mammothmon is a 5-cost or hard slam. He's actually really cheap. Wait, I never realized how good this art was. I never looked at it like this closely.
You didn't see?
This Frigimon is adorable. Yeah. Wait, is it the same artist that did Bellucci? It is. I like this artist a lot. This artist, wait, can I find this artist? Wait, this artist is Koki? What do I even type in? Artist?
You probably have to look for the Japanese name. like the rather.
I'll find it later.
Easy way to find an artist is through Wikimon.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I'll do it another time. But yeah, dude, this art style is so good. I love this so much. Okay. But yeah, so Mistymon,
Yeah.
I didn't think about this at the time, but Mistymon actually turns, hey Brett, Mistymon turns War Greymon into a -8k now, instead of just the -6, which then suddenly means that he's allowed to snipe a lot more. And then with the Digiyank, he can snipe 9k? That's pretty good, actually. I didn't think about that. You probably...
I pasted his Twitter.
What's up?
I found his Twitter.
Oh, you
I
found
posted it in general.
Okay, thank you. I'll look at it in a bit. But... you probably don't run Mistymon, but he's a lot better than I thought he was initially just because of that one interaction. Manticoremon is a shame. This card should have been a lot better. He's very like so-so for what he does. Just because he's one attacking and then you have to trash his security in order to activate his effect, so he doesn't work on 0. But his art is super dope, so I wish he was better. He's okay. What's up?
There could be like an archetype where you just play Dynasmon and you play all these cards that just trash your security for value.
That's true. Like a Dynast Manticore combo. Yeah, I can see it. Maybe.
Yeah. You get the Manticore option.
Right. Okay, Babamon. Babamon, I actually think this card is really good. Specifically, I think it's really good in Lord Nightmon. So what Lord Nightmon could do off of this is you call the Nightmon for free, and then you Digivolve that into Babamon. Okay, and then after you Digivolve that into Babamon, if your opponent ever tries to clear your board, then you can just call out like double Lucamon or Pulsemons or whatever. Like, it's super good in the Lord Nightmon mirror match, ironically. And it also potentially has good favor into decks like colors like red, for example. So Babamon's actually a really good card in my opinion. Definitely slept on.
You tried this really funny build on me where they played green and rushed into a Babamon with Sec +1 through
Kokua.
Which one was it? Kokua?
Yeah.
Just to run in its security and play like Bushi Algo and Lucamon from their hand.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. If Baba dies in security, you can just call double Bushi for game. That's so dumb. Okay. Koki did the Skull Mammothmon art too. No wonder it's so good. I love this artist, dude. Okay. So Skull Mammothmon, it's a black card in yellow. Because
black blocker.
It's literally a black blocker in yellow, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, 13k blocker comes up.
Yeah, 13k blocker is really cool actually. 14k with Mammothmon, so actually really, really cool. He's not a bad card by any means, but it's just really funny that he's in yellow and not black. And then we got Dynasmon. Like we said before, Dynasmon probably isn't a boss card, rather he's a secondary. Although Tessero brought up a really good point, maybe we could play a Dynasmon build with Manticoremon and co. That's definitely up on the table. But definitely for sure, a Dynasmon was supposed to go with the Wizard Mistymon line. And finally, we get to green.
We just skip green. Green doesn't. Yeah, we can skip it. Green doesn't exist.
More from on.
Okay, green. Green was so disappointing this set because
it was a fucking shit show.
Because Aosmon took all of the green slots, and it sucks so much. It's very frustrating. So we're gonna.
Some of the art is really good.
The art is really good, but it doesn't matter if we have to play Rafflesia and Grand Kuago OTK for another set in a row. So we're gonna speedrun this more or less.
Play Ancient Troymon.
Okay.
By the way, I sent you a link to all Koki art. It's on the TCG.
Yeah. Tessero also did the whatchamacallit. But yeah. Okay. Bakumon. Bakumon's actually one of the better cards in this set. I'm literally gonna speedrun green. I wanna get out of this as soon as I can. Bakumon is one of the better cards in green. It's not too hard to suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon, and that +1 memory could potentially come up, especially in... Somebody brought it up, but in decks like Saraspawn, where you're just like, suspend. This potentially comes up. Green level 3s... Wait, what's up?
I think this is a fun card, because this is literally the effect on Mega Kabuterimon from BT1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you don't have to commit a level 5 slot to it, so...
I know, right?
Yeah, it's literally...
Just to show how bad that one was.
Yeah, it's literally... Mega Kabuterimon. but now we can like run Mega Kabuterimon in the body of a box child.
Yeah. Mega
Which is actually fine
Captain
because it's not in the rookie slot.
Yeah, like your rookie slots are pretty open. Like your level 5 slots, not so much.
Mhm.
Pomomon.
Terriermon disguised as a playable card.
Yeah, Mega Kabuterimon just shoved himself into a box. Okay, Pomomon.
Became a playable.
This art, Kenji, fantastic. I love this art. It is a 3-cost level 3 5k DP. It is thick. It's not particularly good, but it's Penguinmon. It's literally Penguinmon. It's Penguinmon and Betamon.
For green.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Green didn't already have a bunch of 5k, it'd
be a lot better. But yeah, it's just God. I actually really like this art. I really like this art. I don't know why. I'll save the Aeosmon stuff for after this. Parasaurmon is actually pretty good because he is what Seedramon is, but he's a 5-cost. I mean, he's a 5k DP, so he's actually pretty good. Like unironically, if you want, okay. One of Green's biggest weaknesses is that Green's cost to hard slam has been historically a lot higher than other colors, right? And that's to like offset the fact that you have download and such. Because for example, Argomon level 5 is 8 to hard drop, right?
Also, all your level 5 is like 2 costs to go for the most part.
Like 2 1 cost, yeah. So as a response to that, Green players, what they would commonly do is that they would run a higher number of level 3s to offset the fact that if you brick, you were in a lot worse position than other colors. What Parasaurmon potentially opens up is that now you can run Parasaurmon, and then so you can run less level 3s because now you have this card to like kind of offset the cost. That's what Roachmon did for Green for a bit.
Would you not run a Roachmon over this? There's 1 evo cost.
Yeah, the big difference between this and Roachmon is that DP gain. Roachmon being 3k DP versus Parasaurmon that is 5k. So in certain yellow matchups, you potentially want that 5k over the 3k because the 3k is like a lot easier to snipe. Granted, Bao Hakamon does not care, and Bao Hakamon would just snipe both. You probably run Roachmon over this, most likely, but this card isn't by any means bad. I can definitely see some usage out of it personally.
I like to think of it also living up to the legacy of Vegemon, of being a higher DP versus other vanillas.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice than Vegemon higher DP, but it's lower cost.
Tasty says, yeah, just play Roachmon. Yeah, like I definitely think you do just play Roachmon, but I don't think this card is bad by any means. I definitely think this is one of the
interesting.
It's an interesting card, and it's one of the better green cards this set.
That's a depressing.
That's a low bar, yeah. Okay.
3-2 vanilla is the best card in green.
No, the best card we got was Arbomon, ironically. Dude,
ironically, Arbomon actually.
Arbomon is, he digivolve him on top of a tamer. Arbomon is a huge buff to OTK green, as well as just green in general, because you just have a lot of security pressure. So you can go Grand Kuwaga, swing for 3, and then Arbomon for game potentially. Arbomon is like a really huge buff for Grand Kuwagamon OTK. Also, he just looks really funny.
Just sitting there.
He's just sitting there like menacingly. Like I don't know.
You're like Cherrymon in the back. Just staring.
Oh my god, there's a Cherrymon in the back. Yeah. I never noticed.
Yeah, it's just so funny.
He looks like a creep. Like he's creeping on Arbomon.
No, they're talking to each other. They're contemplating life. It's like, why are we green instead?
Wait, I'm gonna make that an emote now. I'm making Cherrymon an emote. Okay, Petalgermon. He is literally just worse Arbomon. You play this if you play Ancient Troyamon. Otherwise, you have like no reason to do so.
So you have no reason to play it at all.
No,
you're not playing Ancient Troyamon.
No, not really. He has piercing. That's cool. With starter deck Palmon, he can hit 9k. That's something. It's not like garbage, but like it's not very good.
You're not playing him in tournament.
Tropiamon. He's a Lilymon that costs 3, but he can suspend blockers. And he also costs he does cost 5 to hard slam. That part is actually significant.
Part of that cycle.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. Entmon. Entmon is basically Dimension Scissors if Dimension Scissors was a Digimon. Because when he destroys a Digimon, once returned, unsuspend. You could probably play something like Entmon focus deck, where you're basically just like overloading an Entmon to just like smack shit up. but otherwise it's not very impressive. El Giradimon
doesn't feel that impressive.
I mean, yeah, if he had piercing, he'd be a lot more impressive, but he doesn't. El Giradimon has he's a 4-cost 12k plus 1 security attack, and during your opponent's turn, his DP cannot reduce. Your opponent's effects cannot reduce his DP. What's up, Tessera?
Your opponent's turn?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that makes it a lot worse because now it still dies to like security effects. It's like
Yeah.
a new one.
Yeah, I thought it was all turns too until I just said that out loud.
That art is really good.
The art is really good. Yeah, so El Giradimon is unironically 1 set too late because he would have been a lot more impactful in BT5 where yellow was so dominant. You know, granted Crusader could just swing over it, but it would have been a lot more impactful during that format. Now in this format, yellow probably isn't a top 3 color. So you know, this card probably we'll just like bank it away for future use. That's okay. And then Ancient Troyamon. Okay. If you don't remember, the Ancients, before we got the Agunimon and Lobo promos, were literally dog water. Ancient Garuru was okay. Ancient Garuru was okay, but Ancient Greymon was some hot dog water. Okay?
It's alright. Just wait for his promo.
Yeah, we need promo Arbormon.
Like how many sets until we get that?
I don't know. Okay, so during your opponent's turn,
How that even work?
Even
opponent's turns.
I don't know.
It doesn't have to do anything other than reduce the evolution cost.
Honestly, yeah. Okay, when your opponent's Digimon attacks, suspend 2 of their Digimon without blocker. It's literally Rosemon if Rosemon was in the form of a giant wooden horse.
With guns?
Yeah, and then when he's deleted, you can play a level 4 green. Or level 4 hybrid green.
You know what he needs? He needs like a equivalent to like promo Dimmer Devi. That's something that lets you play it for free.
Mm-hmm. So the big thing, Ancient Troyamon potentially had something going for it in this meta, specifically because A, he does not have to be rested, unlike Rosemon, which is a really huge thing actually, and B, you can suspend your opponent's Digimon if they go for like a Gabu Bond kind of thing, right? So they try to like swing with Gabu Bond 3 times. Ancient Troyamon could rest that bond. But the issue is he's not immune to effect destruction, so if you like spend all this time getting Troyamon out, and then like, oh no, Wyvern's Breath, and boop, there goes Troyamon. So kind of sucks.
Yeah, get fly bulleted.
Yeah, get fly bulleted. Yeah, overall, Ancient Troyamon, I don't think he's terrible, but he's not very good. He needs a promo to, or not a promo, but like the equivalent of what what Agunimon and Lobomon promo were. Okay, and now we're in. Oh, wait, I said I would do this. Okay, Morphomon. It's Wormmon for Eosmon.
It can grab a tamer.
It grabs Menoa. It has to be Menoa.
Specific.
So it can potentially
be Menoa. It has to be Eos.
Yes, so it can potentially grab 2 cards. So it's not terrible. So you can play that, and then Eosmon for a Digivolve from a green Digimon for 2. It costs 4 to hard slam on play. You may play 1 white cost tamer from your hand, and then your opponent may play a tamer from their hand. Neither player pays the cost.
Falls into that same pit Eosmon does, where it doesn't grab itself. And it can't even grab 2 Eosmon. You have to grab only 1 if you want to reveal 1 and no Manoas.
Letting your opponent play a duel.
Wait. Morphomon is just, it grabs 1? Oh no, that's 2. Okay, never mind. But yeah. Okay.
Unironically, this card would be so much better if it just trashed everything you don't get.
Oh, Morphomon? Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's the biggest thing. If Morphomon sent it to the drop zone instead of putting it on the bottom of the deck, it would actually be a really good card. Because then you can like throw... Wait, what? What's up?
Yo, Dokugamon and Eos decks?
True. Let's play Dokugamon. Fuck it, dude. But yeah, like, you want your Eosmon in the trash.
For some reason.
But this no, it's not even for some reason. It's like lore or whatever. This set is very on theme. It's very true to its source material. Morphomon can find Menoa and it can find Eosmon, but it can't find Morphomon. Sad.
Manoa can also not find Morphomon.
Yeah, Manoa can only find Eosmon. It cannot find Morphomon. Sad. Sad. But yeah, and then like Eosmon's ESS is actually pretty good. Unironically.
Yeah,
it's actually a good ESS. Then we get to Eos 5. Eos 5 is a 5-cost hard slam. You can have up to 50 copies of this card in your deck. But like if you're playing more than like 15, I think you've already lost the game at that point, to be fair.
For now, like 12, 13 is probably like the golden.
I feel like it's 10 or 13. 10 or 13. It's one of those. Because you want to do it in intervals of 3. Because of how AOS 6 works. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so AOS 5, when attacks, you can play an AOS from your hand. AOS, yeah, just an AOS. So it's actually the AOS, the ability to call an AOS for free is pretty cool. The issue is that it's kind of slow. So if it got removed, then you just lose a lot of tempo.
This would be a lot better if it says on play, and you play another one, but the second one doesn't activate.
Oh, if it like looped.
Yeah, if on play another AOS.
Yeah, if it didn't have to wait a turn, it would be a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's ESS. It looks weird that it says this Digimon gets plus 1,000.
That's it.
It's because AO6 is a 5-cost Digivolution. And it says, when you Digivolve into this card, for every tamer you and your opponent controls, you may place one level 5 Aosmon from your trash at the top of this card's stack. If 2 or more cards are replaced, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. For every 3 Digivolution cards this Digimon has, it gets plus 1 security. So its second effect is why you wanted it in intervals of 3, because for every 3 you get a plus 1 security attack. And it is literally BT1 Omnimon attached to a gimmick. I think this is like a tier 3 deck. And if you can't beat Aosmon, you're not even a tier 2 deck.
You consider?
Like it's just, I'm sorry. Like maybe somewhere out there's like a build that makes Aosmon work. But right.
It's just a matchup that's otherwise really strong.
Yeah, wait, what's up, Tessera?
Like I'm saying, like theoretically, maybe there's a build out there that's otherwise really strong that somehow loses to this.
Yeah, like maybe in some point in time, Aosmon has like a really good matchup into something.
Yeah.
Maybe if you stack your opponent's deck enough.
Yeah, and then Agumon and Gabumon come out from like, behind you, and they're just like, oh my will Moshindir, and they go Nani, and blah 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 blah.
Well, not even that.
Maybe
You run into one Atomic Blaster.
Oh yeah, Atomic Blaster.
Completely wrecks you.
Okay.
Zwart. I mean Alter S.
But
Yeah, doesn't this beat Shine? At the very least.
It's very anti-tamer. I don't know. Does it beat Shine?
I guess you beat Shine.
Manoa stops.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have piercing. Yeah, it doesn't even have piercing.
You destroy their Shine, blows up all your Eosmon, right? And then you pull out your own Eosmon, blow up their Shine.
I guess.
Shine and Ulforce finally meet their
guys,
counter.
we found the Shine and Ulforce counter. It's Aosmon. Whoa!
That's later.
From BT5.
So bad.
We were all rooting for Aosmon.
Okay, so the reason why Aosmon is literally BT1 Omnimon is because it is security pressure, and it is also on Digivolve Pop. But the difference is Aosmon is a level 6. That's cool. Oh, shit, wait a second. Aosmon has to meet a condition to receive that pop. It needs a condition to receive the security attack.
You literally cannot turbo into this.
You can't turbo into it. You can't.
You can't meet any of the. You have to stack like 2 stack to meet any of these conditions in like a standard green.
Because the issue is, if you play green, how are you getting these Aosmons in trash?
Maybe in the future, green somehow get drop cycle and just become playable.
If you play purple Aosmon,
future green just turns into purple.
Listen, if you play purple Aosmon, you're not even playing Aosmon. You're just playing purple. There's no point in having Aeosmon. You might as well just play Titamon at that point.
Yeah, and you play Aeos Rush. Why aren't you just playing Rookie Rush?
Exactly. Okay. Wait, hold on. I made an Aeosmon deck. I made an Aeosmon deck with, unironically, a solid success rate. Why, you may ask? It was against a bunch of tier 2 decks, first of all. This would like automatically lose to a tier 1 deck. And second of all, it is literally just Rookie Rush. You can't look at this list and tell me it's not Rookie Rush. Okay.
Now to black.
I don't even think you run Wormmon in this.
I think we've exhausted any
Let's go to black,
potential
please.
discussion.
You don't even run Wormmon. Like, it just... Okay, and then we have to... we'll talk about Tamers later. Okay, going to black. Black makes me happier than green this set. Jesus Christ. Junkmon. He literally has a nail sticking out of his ass. That's funny. Okay. Or... Is that a scissor? Whatever. He is Tsukaimon. He's literally Tsukaimon. On delete, gain 1 memory.
This is the set where black become purple.
The reason why black looks like purple is because black got a really interesting mechanic. We'll talk about it in a sec, but I'm gonna hype this card up. Chikurimon, I shit you not, is a 4 of card going into BT6 black. I kid you not. It is a 4 of.
It's hilarious.
Not only does it have Edamon's foot in it, so for those of you that are into that, you know, like, there you go.
Okay.
But more importantly, Chikurimon is a security Digimon that de-digivolves. Okay? Why is this so significant? Well, the reason why this is significant is, so let's say you're playing against Gabubon, and Gabubon is like, I'm gonna swing 3 times. And they swing the first time, oh shit, they hit a Chikurimon. Oh god, Bond is gone. Oh god, I lost 2 security from Matt. Like, did they go for Bond of Courage? Oh, he's swinging for like 3 security attack. Oh, it's a Chikurimon.
It's very low. It's like running an extra option in security. That's really low.
Oh man, a Zulongmon swung for 5. Oh, that's a Chikurimon, dude. Oh, Jessmon swung. That's a Chikurimon.
It also gets around all of these, like, if anyone like decide to put a deck good plan or something like that, it gets around that too.
Yeah. So it gets around precise tactics.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Because that card only works against options. So Chikurimon is like, get destroyed, kiddo. Yeah, Chikurimon's like a 4 of, in my opinion. I think this is like one of the best black level 3s in the entire game. Like, it's so good.
It probably is the best.
Toy Agumon gives you a run for its money, but
yeah.
The big thing that separates it between another like the Digivolve options is the fact that it's a level 3.
Yes,
so it's like very low.
Exactly. Okay. So as Tessera was saying, the big thing about this is it okay. Wait, let me raise your volume. Okay, good. You talk, Karan?
Did you lower my volume?
No, I raised it, you idiot.
Oh no, I'm saying before.
No, you're at 100. I just put you at like 140. Okay, anyway.
So
So the big thing about Chikurimon, Spider Shooter was also a D-Digivolve 1, and it also activated from security. But the issue was, if you ran 4 Spider Shooter, your consistency was out the window. It was non-existent. We can run
awful card.
Yeah. We can run Chikurimon, who is literally a Spider Shooter, but he doesn't hurt our consistency. That's the difference. Just think about it. Think about it. Chikurimon is the future. Think, Mark. Think.
Think, black players. Think.
Think, Gagumon players. Think.
Why are you like this?
Okay, Toy Agumon, all turns, when your Digimon has blocker, it gets plus 1000 DP. No longer do you have to pay for Karamon promo. We have Toy Agumon.
Dude, Toy Agumon's lit, man.
Yeah, actually though, he's pretty lit.
Clear Toy Agumon too.
Yeah.
Thanks to Toy Agumon,
Wait.
I was able to sell my War Greymon blacks.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Tessera? What'd you say?
Solid generic effect for black.
Yeah. Toy Agumon's a very solid generic effect. For sure. Because Karamon, if I remember, was only during your opponent's turn. This is during both players' turn, which is really huge, actually.
Let's turn on punch.
Wait, isn't Karamon like just generic though? This one needs reboot.
This one needs a blocker.
Blocker. Which is better.
Yeah, which in black is pretty common, to be fair. Yeah. Okay, sure. Nanimon. Nani. Okay, it's.
This card's great. I love this card.
So, God, it's art. Good job, Kenji. You did it. Anyway, so the big thing, the difference between this and Gururumon, which is the security mon that we previously had, is that this costs 3. So while Gururumon, because both of them still do combat before they call themselves out. Gururumon, if I remember, was 5k, right? 5k.
4k.
4k. Oh, it's even
4K.
worse. Okay, it's 4k, right?
Sad.
So Gururumon.
Those old security Digimon are bad.
Yeah. So Gururumon has a chance to kill a level 3, and then call itself out. Nanimon.
Well,
what's up?
No, you go first.
Okay, so Nanimon is only 2k, so he's very unlikely to kill a level 3. I'm assuming it's like a 3k base level 3. He will kill a 2k level base, but the thing is that he doesn't compromise your consistency, because if you drew Gururumon, it was really awkward because it just didn't do anything. Whereas you can hard slam this for 3, and it feels pretty good. So what's up, Karan?
No. You basically said, because you were saying like, oh, Gururumon kills this, but like Nanimon will like basically not kill anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do respect the 3-mana drop. Like that's just fucking great.
Yeah, like
you don't feel punished for drawing into it.
They both have their strengths and weaknesses. It's really nice.
Though having this thing on the field as a 2k just feels kind of bad.
Yeah, it is really weak. Whoa, Yellow just goes, "Be gone, thought."
Dude, red Rise Greymon.
Oh yeah, Red Rise Greymon just. Okay, let me read chat real quick. I'm not sure it counters Shine since the Aosmon deck helps get tamers for both yourself and your opponent.
But Aosmon, and like, if they're trying to counter Shine, it's like the least of their worries.
Aosmon is so but as Tessero was saying, when we get to it, Menoa, the white tamer for Aosmon, it prevents tamers from restanding. So Shine can't untap tamers or retap tamers. So
I'm pretty sure I joined your stream late.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for cutting you off. Do you guys think that they're obviously are they going to make an Arbamon like version of a Gunimon and Lobomon where
they have to, otherwise Troyamon is like not very playable.
Yeah, right. All right, exactly. Okay.
Okay.
So like if they're doing this pattern, I expect them to do like the other colors as well.
The issue with that though is those two specifically delete your level 6 after you use it for the turn. Yeah, if you do that,
Troyamon has an
opponent. Troyamon wants on opponent's turn. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh, is he really?
Oh, yeah. So they will have they would have to print it and make it like a 3-cost Evo or something, because this like if they do it the same way as the other two, like this card is just like
no, great. You want to use it for the ESS.
Yeah,
dude.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't print the exact same card. I mean, they could. But then you literally, I pay 1 to evolve in 13k vanilla, guys.
You could, but you could be inting at the same time. I got you.
So have, like, instead of like on attacking or on Evo like the other two, it could be like on opponent's turn. Like when they attack, you get to use the effect to bring out the Troya for free.
Oh, that's actually pretty.
Oh, that would be really cool. Whoa.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, if you brought Troya on your opponent's turn, that'd be sick. That'd be really sick. Tessero, you might as well be a card game designer. What?
Hold on. So that would give your opponent +1 memory though, right? Or however much.
Yes, it has some sort of cost.
Yeah.
It would give your opponent extra memory, yes.
But in exchange, you cheat out a level 6.
That's still pretty.
It's a lot better than whatever the heck it is now. Okay, so the reason why Black has a Tsukaimon effect is because we have the decoy mechanic. Also, Digimon Racing reference is hype. But how decoy works for those of you... What?
Decoy was in Racing?
No, but if you look at the Machkamon art, there's Agumon and a car, bro.
Oh yeah, okay, that's Racing. Yeah.
So the thing about decoy and how it works is when your other black Digimon would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you may destroy this Digimon instead to stop that Digimon from being destroyed. So against like purple or red, for example, you can just have one of these decoys eat the hit, and then it would proc their on destruction effect. So like Junkmon would suddenly give you +1 memory. So potentially you can pass the opponent's turn like that. This does not stop DP reduction, however, so keep that in mind. But going forward into this format, if red and purple are good, decoy is really powerful.
Yeah.
I'll cover musketeers after we go through everything, because the musketeers kind of dip into 3 different colors. So
mixed color decks.
yeah, we'll talk about that afterward. What's up, James?
Talk about the security variant.
Oh, it's that they seem to just design black to get countered by yellow.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's fine though, cause like they designed a couple green cards to counter yellow.
Okay.
Kind of like a little triangle thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Gigadramon is what Megadramon was, where you enable like the black-red top end. But the thing about this in black is that during your opponent's turn, he gets plus 2k DP. So he's basically Giromon, but on crack. Because if you don't, what's up?
Isn't this like great power creep Giromon? Giromon's also 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just better Giromon. I think, but now you can run both if you want. I guess I don't know. But what we suddenly enable from red top end, because now we can play red level 6s in black. You could play Wargreymon. You can play Galamon with reboot. Kind of sounds hypey. Not gonna lie, both Galamons with reboot actually sound really hypey. That's pretty cool. You can play. You unironically can play Ancient Greymon in black. You can play Jesmon in black. You can play. What else can we play in black? Gallant. Yeah.
Flash for Greymon BT1.
Yeah. I mentioned that. I mentioned that one.
Black.
You can play OG Omnimon basically because of red top ends.
Yeah, black certainly
Or
have
Blitz.
access to advanced.
Yeah. You can tech in Blitz mechanic. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's like suddenly opened up.
Yeah.
So
So now.
on freaking Shatmon sounds kind of hypey.
Dude, reboot.
Yeah, so you what you can do is
Mhm.
now you play a black bottom end, right? So the issue with red is like the bottom end is not as stable. Black is good into rush and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So if the meta ever become a point where red just can't survive being aggro, you can go black bottom end and then play like a more offensive red top end to try to end games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can give cards like Jesmon and Wargreymon and Galamon all reboot, or blocker even.
You can give him jamming too.
Yeah, you can give him jamming. Yeah.
That's actually
Black-
pretty nuts. I like that part.
Mm-hmm.
And then black certainly also have access to every single level 7.
I feel like BC1 Red Wargreymon getting jamming is actually like super huge.
That's I was thinking that same.
It feels like a reoccurring theme. Every time Wargreymon gets jamming, it's suddenly like yellow Wargreymon gets jamming. Stonks.
Here's the issue though: is this the only card it can count as red, or is there another one?
What's up?
There's the Megadramon.
Megadramon. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have 2 versions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're the same card basically.
So
Good.
Volcamon. Volcamon is during your turn. If your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon, he gets +1 security attack. I feel like this card is amazing in draft. Not so much in, actual play. But his art
is amazing.
His art is sick. Look, dude, his dads are right here.
You have to use that thumbnail, dude.
His dads are chilling, bro.
The 2 Wargreymon in the back, so good.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a junior division.
Big Mamemon. It's Jewel. We're getting a Jewel Beemon clone, or a Loader Leomon clone in set 6. Which, while I'm at it, dude, I'm gonna turn this fucking Mamemon into an emo.
Big Mamemon.
Nah, dude. No. The tiny Mamemon on his head, this little crackhead looking ass thing.
Oh
God.
Okay, and then Mamemon. So Mamemon he has decoy first of all, but more importantly, he has on delete. When he's deleted, you may delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 7 or less. So why this is significant is because
Pops level 5s.
Right. It pops a lot of level 5s. Like let's look at some. These all get popped. These all get popped. Everything so far has been popped by... Oh, Metal Greymon doesn't get popped. War Greymon doesn't get popped. And your Arrow Vidramon doesn't get popped. Mega Seedramon!
Savior Hackmon.
He's dead.
Okay.
Mamemon just killed Savior Hackmon.
That's pretty bad.
Mamemon just killed Majiramon.
Oh, okay, that was actually.
Also kills Rebellymon, which is like annoying to get rid of.
Mamemon just killed Rebellymon.
It's really yeah the
Like Magna Angemon's pretty good too.
Mamemon, literally, he can eat the Rebellion. He can eat a Vengeance. Like he can just eat it, bro. And he just like Omaimomo Shinderu, some other poor card. Like Mamemon, unironically, is really good. Like starter deck Arrow Vidramon, gone, just like that. Thanos snapped. Mamemon is like kind of hype.
Mamemon kills Mamemon easy.
Yeah. And then we can literally play Cress, and if we yoink a Mamemon, that's so much value. Because suddenly now Cress is no longer you can't swing at Cress to kill him, and now he's immune to card destruction as well. So Cress is really good.
That's assuming you hit anything with Crest.
We'll do it. And then also, if we have Mame and drop, we can Zwart it back. That's huge. That is super huge.
Yeah, it's significant.
Mamemon cannot protect Zwart. Keep that in mind, because Decoy only protects black. But even then, being able to revive a Mamemon is so much value, especially in Fuse eccentric decks.
Maybe black will get their own level 7.
Actually,
black.
Okay, and then like I said, we'll talk about Musketeers later. But Pile Volcamon, he has Reboot first of all, and then whenever other Digimon is deleted, you can de-digivolve one of their stuff. This is during opponent's turn, so he synergizes with the decoy mechanic. So like, Makamon or Mamemon take a blow, de-digivolve. So that
just blockers, right?
What?
It even works with blocker, right? Like you just block.
Yeah, if one of your blocker eats a hit and dies, de-digivolve. If your opponent goes for some kind of removal, maybe an Atomic Blaster, de-digivolve. So Pile Volcamon is actually a really cool card. I don't know if it'll suit play, but it's definitely really, really cool. And then finally, Gankumon. This card is sick. This card is super duper sick. It is a 4-cost evolution. When you digivolve into Gankumon, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. So if they have a bunch of like 2-cost cards on their board, wipe it all out. And then when your opponent has a Digimon that is unsuspended, you do get +1 security attack. So the reason Gankumon is so good in black, in my opinion, is because he is removal that your opponent can't just literally dodge. And I say that, and then you're gonna go like, oh, but you can just play like a 3-cost to like dodge the Ganku removal. But no, I mean like, okay.
Yeah, with double Ganku with the fusion.
Yeah, you can double Ganku. That is the thing. But more importantly, look at Metal Garurumon. If your opponent has a Digimon with a play cost of 6 or less, kill it. Your opponent can literally dodge the fucking removal if they just build tall enough. Gankumon says, no, you cannot just straight build. You have to commit an extra body or I will send you to the Shadow Realm. To me, that's really cool. That is really good for black.
You also have cards like Ultimate Flare and that kind of stuff that punish your opponent for playing wide.
Yeah. So if your opponent plays wide, Ultimate Flare exists and you can just blow them out completely. As well as we have what is it? What is the English name for this? Whatever. I'll just type white. That's fine. Okay. We also have Fuse into the ultimate. Mega Digimon Fusion. Whatever. What this enables you to do is you can go Gankumon, assuming you don't pass a turn. Fuse, go Zwart. Zwart revive 2 level 5s. Turn one of the level 5s into another Gankumon. Pop, pop. Zwart swing, pop. The power. That's pop 3, by the way. It's kind of crazy. Kind of nuts. And then while the Zwart would go back to the bottom of the deck, you still end the turn on a level 6. Like, to me, that's so good. Okay, going into purples. Impmon. Impmon has the ability to... Whoa. Tessero, do you just want to take over purple, bro? You can have this section if you want.
I've been testing purple, but I've been testing specifically Bellstar purple.
Okay.
And that deck, Impmon is huge, though. It's gigantic because, that deck is all about spamming as much Bellstar as possible. You kind of want to recycle them.
You want to save this for Three Musketeers?
Sure. Yeah, we can go about it in Three Musketeers. Okay.
When you're talking about Bellstar purple, do you actually mean Three Musketeer or like purple with Bellstar?
No, actual three Musket. Okay. Gobblemon. Oh, what's up, James?
I thought you wanted someone to take over purple. It's all good.
I was letting Tessera do it because like he played like a lot of purple, but it's all good. Okay. So Gobblemon. Gobblemon is once per turn ESS. When you trash a card from your hand, this Digimon gets plus 2k. This card is really good because now you don't have to run Gigimon as your A. You can run Sunomon instead because you have that bit more of that power gain. So it really just like rounds it all out.
Make Tida 16.
Yeah, Tidamon becomes 16, so he no longer loses to level 7s in security. It's really huge. Elecmon. Elecmon is when deleted, delete one of your opponent's level 3s. I like how Gabumon is in the back, dude. It just reminds me of the one episode where Gabumon was on the cross, but
this is unironically really good with
Deathclaw.
Chaos and Deadclaw and Chaos Duke.
Yeah, Chaos Duke, Deathclaw, all these different cards that pop your own stuff. Really strong synergy with this Elecmon because it's potentially like a 2-for-1.
Yeah. Oh no, not only that, you get like a lot of value out of this, right? You go War Growl, you get this back.
Yeah.
Chaos Duke, pop something and revive it, so you have it again for.
War Growlmon can recycle this. Grizzly Wing can recycle this. Chaos can recycle it. Like there's so much you can do with this. It's actually a really good card.
Or you could just run it like purple Rookie Rush and just
true. Yeah, you could just purple Rookie Rush. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just so versatile.
Kinkaku. Kinkaku is probably the worst level 4 out of the Tidamon lineup, but it's still good. Still good. It's just the least good out of the ones we got.
Yeah.
So Kinkaku ESS is when you attack, you may trash one card in your hand to delete one of your opponent's level 3s. So it's like Lady Devimon basically. So it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. It's just that really goes to show how good the others are. Ogremon is when you play this card, trash one card in your hand to delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower. This is a good card. This is a really good card.
Oh, that's insane.
This card is so good. Not only can you delete blockers, but there are cards in this set that allow you to revive level 4s, and they trigger their on plays, which is huge. So you can trigger that Ogremon for free, basically.
It's that red version Agumon, but better.
The promo?
Yeah.
That one checks for GP, no?
Yeah, but it's like 3k DP only.
Yeah. Okay, so Ogremon is great. Ginkaku.
Same cost.
Yeah. So Ginkaku is really good because Ginkaku kills a level 3 when you discard one. Ginkaku gives you a memory, and we all know how fantastic memory gain is. So not much to say. He's so stupid looking.
I don't know, man. He's pretty beautiful.
Boogieymon is what Octomon and Deltamon were. Why is he so chunky?
Dude, I don't know, man. He's pretty sexy. What you mean, man?
Okay, Ginkaku promote. I didn't think we were gonna get this, but we did, so that's really cool. Not only does he have the haste mechanic, but he also has potential to give you +1 memory as well as draw 1. And you can call him off of whenever you revive your level 4s. So you can actually look for really interesting lines of lethal off of this. Really cool card overall. Very cool card. Felsmon is... Don't play this.
Don't like those Sagittarius mode cards.
This?
The promote. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like Shoutmon, Sagittarius mode, and all of them. Yeah. Don't play Felsmon. Just don't play Felsmon. Rebellymon is fantastic because he has blocker and retaliation. So versus decks like not Gabuon, but like Ulforce, for example, or Azulong, or just like stuff that wants to attack and doesn't remove on attack. He's really good because he can just like jump block him. Like Jessmon, for example. Dude, he just stops Jessmon in his tracks. It's really good. And he's also considered black. So that's how you like go into Gundramon, which we'll talk about later. And just like some other really cool stuff, for example.
That's pretty cool, actually. Wow.
So like you could play purple top end in black now, or you could play black top end in purple. So cool stuff that we potentially enable. Skullgreymon is fantastic. When this card is trashed, you can put it underneath one of your cards, and his ESS is Vengeance. And when he attacks, you can trash one card from your hand. It becomes a 10k swing. which I think is actually really, really good because 10k on a level 5 swinging usually goes he usually won't die.
It's 12k with Goblimon.
Yeah, 12k with Goblimon. So he's actually like really huge. Really, really huge. This card is good. And you can also make like a Vengeance Blocker, for example, which is super annoying for your opponent because it's just like, oh, Devimon just, right?
Vengeance Blocker, turn any real level 3 into a Vengeance card to trade.
Yeah.
A lot of implication.
Myrmixmon. Kek. Myrmixmon is he has Retaliation. He's 3-cost evolution, 10k DP. But the important thing is that when he's deleted, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you can play one Ornusmon from your trash. And Ornusmon is security attack +1 when he's on play. Wait, his art's so cool. Anyway, on play, you can delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower. So a long time ago, in early purple formats, what people would do is they would run Beelzemon, Impmon at a low package ratio, so like 2-1 or like 1-1 or something along those lines. You could probably replicate that with Myrmixmon because you never need to go into the Ornusmon. You just need to discard it, and then like at some point you digivolve into Myrmix and then like ram it in, and then you pull out that Ornus. So it's actually really, really cool that you can just run this as a small package for the late game with removal nonetheless.
But wouldn't like okay, so you're saying it's just discard fodder until then?
Yeah, so Ornusmon is discard fodder, and Myrmixmon can be discard fodder because you have ways to retrieve it from the drop if need be. Otherwise, you can just sit on it, and then like once you meet the requirement, you just digivolve into it, swing it into something, and then you Ornus after.
Yeah, it's just a low commitment package.
It's a very small package that has a high payout.
Okay, because it seems like almost the same as Beelzemon, but this is way more generic.
Yeah, it's very much yeah for sure. Titamon is great. They finally did Titamon Respect. Titamon is when you digivolve into this card, you may trash one card from your hand. Then you may play one purple level 4 or lower Digimon from your trash without paying its cost. So Ginkaku Promote, Ogremon, alright, those cards that we were talking about earlier, this plays them on Digivolve. Super huge.
Oh, that's value.
Ginkaku Promote potentially turns Titamon into a 3-cost. If you have Ginkaku in Source already, Titamon is already a 3-cost evolution.
2-cost.
Yeah, it would then become a 2-cost potentially. There's a lot that you can do. And then if you trash a card in your hand with one of your effects, he gets plus 2k DP as well as security attack +1. So he can put down a lot of pressure onto your opponent. So it's really, really good.
Discarding a Skull Greymon with this and calling a Ogremon, giving that Ogremon retaliation.
Yep,
Oh, that's
yep. Really, really good stuff.
I like the idea of like calling Ginkakumon Promote.
Oh, Tessera, what happened to your mic?
I'm outside with my phone right now.
Ah, okay.
A lot of noise.
This deck it honestly
Calling
makes me
Promote,
kind of
putting in Ginkaku and Ginkaku into it, it gets to swing and gain another memory from the Ginkaku you just put under the promote because you get to discard with the Ginkaku. You just gain a bunch of memory.
Wait. Okay. I have to like make sure I understand because like it's hard to understand you right now. So you said
raise volume.
Yeah, I'm trying right now. Okay. So if you wait, so what's the setup again, Tessera?
So you have like Ginkaku under your Titamon, right? So when you evolve until you gain a memory, but then you call Promote, who puts another Ginkaku and Ginkaku under it. You gain memory from its effect.
Yeah, you swing. So what you do is
memory.
Yeah, so what you do is you swing with what Tessa's saying. You swing with Promote, right? And you have Ginkaku and Ginkaku in your source. You can discard, and then get another memory.
Okay.
So you get,
yeah. So you just shove a second Ginkaku underneath. What? That's so crazy. That's so good. That's so good. Okay. And then finally got through all the colors. It only took us 2 hours. Jesus Christ.
Honestly, like this set makes me actually want to play purple because like.
Dude, purple looks so good. Yeah.
Because
purple arguably got the most quality support, even if it's not like the best deck, but it just got like a lot of really quality cards to set.
Yeah,
I love the combos. These are actual combos in this game. That's so cool.
So, now we're gonna go back and talk about it, I guess. Deputymon, where are you? Okay, so Deputymon is a 5-cost black card. Digivolve for 2, and he says on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Choose add 1 Digimon with Musketeer in its name or typing, and or 1 option with a cost of 7 to your hand. The rest get trashed. And during your turn, this Digimon can Digivolve into a 3 Musketeer for 6 cost, ignoring its requirements. So Deputymon does a couple different things. He's actually really impactful for the deck. Number 1, he searches for your Bellstar Mons, your Gundramons, and your Magna Kid Mons. Number 2, he can find your 7 cost options. Your Fly Bullet, your God, I don't even want to pronounce it, like Schwartz, Gewaltz, whatever. The board wipe. He can search for Nailbone. He can search for Transcendent Sword. He can search for like a lot of things. But the important thing is he trashes the rest of your cards, which is, we'll get to it, but it's Bellstarmon support, like huge Bellstarmon support. And then he can Digivolve into Gundra or Magna Kid for 6, which is really impactful. You wouldn't Digivolve into Bellstarmon because Bellstarmon is on play. We'll get to that. Yeah. And Gundramon is a 4-cost evolution with blocker, and he says when you Digivolve into this card, check top 5. You may pick an option with 7 cost from those 5 and play it, and then trash the rest. But if you did not play an option with this effect, you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 4 or less. So Gundramon is literally Russian roulette. You just load the barrel, find the 7 cost, bam! If you don't find it, you still get something out of it. But the good thing is that he does trash the remaining 4 cards regardless. Or 5, whatever. And that is, again, Bellstarmon support. So we'll get to it here. Bellstarmon is a 12 cost to hard play. And it states, when you play this card from your hand, you may reduce its play cost by 1 for every 3 Musketeer and option with 7 cost in your trash. So that's why it's so good that Deputymon and Gundramon both mill and send it to the trash, because now we're getting that Bellstarmon kicking, right? We're getting that engine going. And when she's played, you may return 1 option card with a memory cost of 7 from your trash to your hand, and then you may use an option card with 7 memory from your hand without paying its cost. So I've seen Tessero play this. He's tested this deck like so much recently, and I've watched him drop Bellstarmon for like 1 cost before.
Yeah.
And then he went like Nailbone or like Fly Bullet or like whatever. And it was like so crazy. It was so good.
How fast did you get that off though for the 1 cost?
It's mid-game.
How? You play it with a purple bottom end, so you like rush. You turbo out all your mill and discard effects with Inmon and Demimera.
Because you can play purple bottom end because Rebellymon goes into Gundra.
Yeah.
So it's just like so much synergy there.
Yeah, realistically, you can reduce this card to like 6 costs in like turn 5 if you hit the right stuff. Turn 5. Turn 6.
And then since we're on the topic, we're gonna talk about the 7 cost options that we do have. So yeah, we're going to talk about the 7 cost options that we do have available to us, so we can use the various Musketeers. The relevant ones, not even relevant. Trump Sword is, it's there. Transcendent Sword, this is actually a really big one if you play red variants. Being able to delete a Digimon with 11 KDP or less is pretty nice. Oops. Happy Bullet Showering. It's board wide, but it deletes the lowest DP. It's okay.
I cut it. It's especially bad against Justmon because it only kills their.
It will kill Sistermons. Yeah, it's not very good. Gewalt Schwarmer is a really, really good card because it's more or less a field wipe against anything that doesn't have 8 or more play cost. And as we saw,
some of the counters go wide strategies.
Yeah, it is a huge wide counter. And as we saw, majority of level 5s in this game have 7 or less cost. Only a few dodge it. So this card hits a lot. Very powerful. And then Fly Bullet. Fly Bullet is if you have a 3... also, do note, all the Musketeer options state you can play them without a color restriction if you possess a 3 Musketeer. So you can play this if you have Gundramon on the board, or Magna Kidmon, right?
Have you tried it with Nailbone?
Yep.
Yeah, Nailbone you pay off. Because everything else is removal. So if there's a situation where you don't need to remove anything,
you just Nailbone,
your best bet is to go Nailbone and pressure them super hard.
Yeah. Oh, also, I do want to know, this card adds to hand from security. Bullet Showering activates the main effect from security, and Fly Bullet, the main effect is delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower, so it's the opposite of Hell's Gate, but the security effect is that it activates its main effect, which is really nice. Very, very nice.
Yes, I've had so many problems with Hell's Gate before because of the fact that everything 5 and below dodges it.
Yeah.
So they just stay at 5 until they're ready. When by the time they get their 6, they've already used their effect, and it doesn't matter that you removed it. It's a little too reactive, and the fact that Hell's Gate isn't security is
Right.
also
Yeah.
so
So for those watching that can't understand what Tessera is saying, you're sometimes like, the issue with Hell's Gate is that your opponent would just play around it by staying on 5, and then they would get like a lot of value, and then they would go to 6, and then they would get all that value from that. So even if you removed it by then, they've already done their thing. And Fly Bullet it punishes that if they try to like just stick around, so that's really good. And then another thing is Nailbone is super huge because sometimes you don't want to remove anything because like it's not worth removing, and then instead you can just Nailbone and generate 2. Really, really good. And then if you play the Musketeers ignore color restriction, right? Like if you can Magna Kid play Nailbone? Yay or nay?
Nay, actually.
Nay? Okay.
Which is why part of the reason why I played a purple base to guarantee that I actually can play Nailbone.
Can Gundramon play it? No.
No, unless you have a purple already on the board.
Okay, yeah.
So you can fulfill it.
Or purple egg.
Yeah, purple egg.
Well, yeah, purple. Yeah, your purple eggs anyways. So
yeah, this is why I play purple base. Partly because Nailbone is a good payoff.
Yeah. So somebody asked, I thought Gundramon put it to the bottom. Nope. Gundramon mills it. So super strong Bellstarmon support.
This is basically just purple support.
Okay, and then now that's out of the way. We talked about the
would you be playing Millenniumon or like any like level 7s in Musketeers?
I think Millie is good.
You don't have a way to remove level 7.
You don't have a way to remove level 7. That's not always relevant because I can just like try to like outwide them if they do that. Millie, I tried Millie. Nice. It depends on the matchup, but I found myself going towards short defeat as my level 7, mostly because there's some like tamers that just sort of like kick your butt, like Pie and Matt and Sora and Joe.
That's really interesting, huh?
Okay. So yeah, and then
so you haven't found any issue against level 7?
The one level 7 that's like the biggest issue for me is BT5 Omni, and I already can't remove that even if I did have answers to it. Like
that's just Blitz, right?
Yeah. It has the immunity, so it can't be bot decked, it can't be destroyed. So it's immune to a melee anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so moving on. Sistermons. I should have talked about this when we were doing Jessmon. But if you remember, Savior Hackmon calls a Sistermon when it's Digivolved into, and Jessmon calls a Sistermon from hand or trash when it swings. So Sistermon Blanc is during both players' turns. If you have a Digimon with Hackmon or Royal Knight in its typing, all of your Sistermons gain Blocker, so your other Sistermon like Noir as well. And then when you play it, you draw 1. So if you have Jessmon Double Swing, you can draw 2. And then Noir is during both players' turns, all your Digimon with Hackmon in their name or Royal Knight in their typing get plus 2k DP, and on play gain 1 memory. So Jessmon Double Swing, potential gain 2 memory. And then it also turns Jessmon into a 13k body during your opponent's turn, so they can't swing back into it to punish you. Really, really good. And also,
isn't there a way to play Sistermon on your opponent's turn?
Yes, that is the option that we'll get into. Okay. But do note that these do work for all the Royal Knights. So, for example, Craniamon becomes a 14k blocker. Gallantmon suddenly becomes like 13k, or like stuff like that. Right? It's just really nice support in general for Royal Knights. Getting into Tamers. Ty and Matt basically do the same thing, except one says Agumon and the other says Gabumon, more or less. Or in a Greymon, Garurumon, right? So during your turn, when your Digimon with Agumon or Greymon is moved from the breeding area to the battle area, you may gain 1 memory and draw 1. Very good card. And if you remember, Agumon and Gabumon reduce their cost. So actually these cards become 2-cost Tamers. Really good. And then the big part, like the main effect, is once per turn, you can Digivolve one of your Agumon into Bond of Courage. And you do have to pay the 3 cost, but you don't care about the level restriction. And if you do, trash the top 2 of your security stack. And then, if you have 1 or more security, delete that Digimon at the end of your turn. So it's very, very thematic to Kizuna, where it's like that big power spike. In exchange, it's a really heavy cost. And then, like, it dying is just, like, sad. It's, like, really sad. It's icing on the cake, really. And then the same thing for Matt. They basically just do the same thing. But both are really good tamers, mostly because being able to warp into Bond of Courage or Bond of Friendship is super impactful, and it can gain you a lot of tempo. Moving on. TK and Kari, the duo tamer for yellow. If you have less security than your opponent, you may gain 2 memory, and when your yellow Digimon attacks, you may suspend this Digimon to give one of your opponent's Digimon minus 1k for the turn. So not only is this Shine Greymon support, ironically, but it's really good that if you Blinding Light, for example, you can force yourself into a threshold where you have less security, or like, stuff like that. Masaemon, another example. Keep in mind, though, it says when your yellow Digimon attacks. Because the other day, Tessero was playing this in a Masaemon deck, and he swung Masaemon when he was trying to get the 1k off, but Masaemon's a purple Digimon, so it's kind of unlucky. Really funny. Izzy Joe.
Really good for Wargrey.
Yeah, it's really good for Wargrey. Izzy Joe is a block tamer. It says, if your opponent has 2 or more Digimon in play, you gain 2 memory at the start of your turn, and during your opponent's turn, if one of your black Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this tamer to draw 1. So it's decoy support, but also the memory gain effect is actually very significant because very often your opponent will have 2 or more Digimon in play. So this is actually a very easy condition to fulfill. Not only that, but also gives us access to cards like Ultimate Flare if you want to go about that approach. So actually, I really like Izzy Joe.
Probably the easiest one to get off, right? In terms of like the.
It's this one.
Yellow one.
No, it's either this one or white tie mat, in my opinion. Both of those are the easiest.
The draw part is just really nice too.
For black decks, yeah. But you can you can splash this in like non-black decks, and like the first effect is like worth it, right? Because for example, during Lord Knightmon meta, people would tech in Sora Joe because it was like if your opponent has a Digimon that doesn't have a source, then Sora Joe would then give you that 2 memory, right? So yeah. This actually would be like very effective against Lord Knightmon, ironically. It's also very effective against Jessamon. And then you have Sora Mimi. If your opponent has no level 4 or lower Digimon, you gain 2 memory. And when your purple Digimon attacks, you can suspend this tamer to draw 1, and then trash 1. So it's another way to proc your Ginkaku. This one is pretty easy to play around memory-wise. It's really depressing. The art, it's really depressing, but whatever.
Well, this does the good thing I like about this tamer, it does force them to play into purple. Purple is really efficient at removing level 4 or below. So
it was pretty good.
For them to play around this, they just actively play into purple.
So if they drop a level 3 to counter this, then potentially you can just use Kinkaku to pop it like the Lady Devimon effect. So yeah, they do play into purple, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's also good in other build like Chaos Duke and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
This will see play in multiple purple decks. I think.
And then Menoa. Menoa is a 4-cost tamer, and it's a memory tamer, right? So you go to 3 at the start of your turn. And whenever you play an Aeosmon during your turn, you may suspend this card to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You add 1 tamer or Digimon with Aeosmon in its name, to your hand, and then put the rest on the bottom. Why on the bottom, man? And then during your opponent's turn, when you have an Aeosmon, your opponent cannot unsuspend their tamers. So after Shine Greymon or after Ulforce does their turn, you just don't let them redo their effects, which is pretty cool.
Doesn't it counter all the other tamers in his set except for Mad and Tai?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's so much flavor.
There's so much flavor in this set. Gabumon, Bond of Friendship, Agumon, Bond of Courage, both Curb Stomp, Menoa, Aeosmon too. Like there's, and then Aeosmon, it loses. Okay, so Aeosmon 5 loses to Omnimon, right? Because Omnimon would just do a board wipe, but then the board wipe just makes Aeosmon 6 stronger. There's so much flavor in this set, dude. There's so much flavor.
It all makes sense to why Omnimon set 1's getting reprinted.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're celebrating the 1st year anniversary, and also, yeah, Kizuna, right? Okay, Judgment of the Blade. This is arguably the best option in this entire set, in my opinion. This option is fantastic.
Not biased.
Totally not biased, no. It's this or Fly Bullet, like, I don't know. Yeah, so 1 cost, red option. One of your Digimon with Hackmon in its name or Royal Knight can then attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon for the turn. What this enables you to do is Jessamon, if you remember, has piercing, right? So now Jessamon can target one of your opponent's really big stacks that are unsuspended, and they can swing at it and then get that damage off still. So it's really, really powerful. But more importantly, ESS, you may play security effect. You may play 1 Sistermon from your hand or trash without paying its cost, and then you add this card to your hand. It's so good. It's so good.
No, this card's really great because typically you don't have a lot of room to play removal in Jesmon because the deck is very demanding on slots. So this is a way to directly support Jesmon and also giving it removal.
Yeah.
On big stuff.
Yeah, like it's Jesmon's form of removal. And also if you play Noir during your opponent's turn, potentially you just pass their turn entirely. Like it's so good. What's up?
That security effect is so good.
It's so good. Okay, Red Reamer. 4 cost, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k or less DP. If your opponent has 3 or more Digimon in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 13k or less DP instead. And then security effect, activate the main effect. This is essentially a security control card. It's very interesting to look at. It's not bad by any means. Definitely depends on the meta. If your opponent goes wide, this card has a lot of value. But if your opponent stays like single stack, it's not too particularly good.
Isn't this for Aosmon counter? Funny enough.
It does shit on Aosmon, yes. Notice how it says delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 13k. How much DP does Aosmon have? 13. Oh, delete a 6k? How much DP does Aosmon? Oh, 6k.
That's so... Oh my god, dude, this is so cheesy.
Alright, and we talked about Happy Bullet Showering already, but Forbidden Trident. One of your Digimon gets plus 2000 DP, and when it attacks, you may bounce one of your opponent's level 3 to their hand. And security effect, add this to your hand. This actually is really interesting. Not only is it a really cheap way to boost your DP for 1, but it also bounces. And the bounce is not once per turn. So if you multi-attack, then you can just bounce several bodies back. So it's actually a really interesting and cool card. I like it a lot. Howling Memory Boost. If you notice, Gabumon Bond of Friendship is behind him. So really cool lore. Really cool design-wise. But, so... How memory...
Wait, and the Gabumon's like crying.
Yeah.
Big sad boy.
Big sad boy hours, dude.
Damn.
But so how memory boosts work for people that don't know is after you play it, it would be set into the battle area with the keyword delay. And so at any point, you may cash in this delay, except for the turn you played it. You may cash it in, and then you gain 2 memory. So like on the following turn, if you're at 1, you can cash this in and go to 3.
Disclaimer though, you can't use this on your opponent's turn though.
Correct. It is only during because it's a main phase effect. Yeah. And so the other effect that it has is you may trash 2 sources from one of your opponent's stacks, and then that Digimon. It doesn't have to be the same Digimon, just a Digimon that does not have sources cannot attack or block until the end of your opponent's next turn, and then you put it in the battle area. So it's Sorrow Blue. If Sorrow Blue was a memory booster, really, really powerful. We get Rattlestar. Rattlestar is return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to their hand, and if they have 3 or more, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of their deck instead. So again, it's Aosmon hate, but overall it's actually a really good card because not only does it bounce a level 5 back, so it's kind of like I believe Full Moon Blaster, very similar to Full Moon Blaster, and potentially if they have 3 or more, then you can just bounce anything back. So it's a cheaper Kokaitis Breath in that sense. Going into yellow options, Acid Injection. Main effect, trash the top card of your security stacked, and then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5000 DP. So, Manticoremon, if you remember, you need to trash a card from the security stack to activate his effect. But Acid Injection functions like Blinding Light, where you can activate this on 0. So for 1 cost, you can potentially just lower something by 5000 DP. So this does snipe those pesky 1 cost blockers. Keep that in mind. Reinforced Memory Boost. 6 cost, unlike Howling Boost, which is 3. So it says, reveal top 2 cards. One of them goes into your security, the other one goes into your hand, and then the delay effect is the same. So it's a nice consistency booster, it heals you, but it is significantly more expensive. Do keep in mind though, the Memory Boost security effect, it only puts it into the battlefield. It does not activate the main effect, so you wouldn't get to check top 2. This one wouldn't strip source. It would just go into the battlefield. Keep that in mind. And then
a big weakness of this card though is it's a projected top card of security.
Yeah.
Your opponent would know. Yes.
Yeah. A little quick note about Acid Injection. It works with Mistymon. The new Mistymon we just got.
Yes.
So it becomes 7k, and then also because Mistymon said when you trash a security,
Yes.
something at -2k.
Right.
So this is total 7k, and then like Wargrey is become 13 total removal. So you can do like you get really cool plays. So you can do Wargrey, remove like -13 total power, and then you evolve into Baldur's Arm to remove another 14k worth of power.
Yeah.
So you like your amount of removal that Wargrey might have access to now is like really insane.
Man, you're just like hard simping for War Greymon. Jesus Christ, dude.
It's good. It's so
Yeah,
good.
it's good. It's good. Okay. Wyvern's Breath. Wyvern's Breath is basically 7 heavens on crack because it's 8 cost, so it's 1 more than 7 heavens, and it says -15k instead of the -10k. It's good. It's really good. It's very self-explanatory. Tropical Venom. Oh god, all of my motivation just like died the moment we got to green.
Should have done green with the other green.
I should have, yeah. I should have just done it all in one go. Okay. Tropical Venom is a 0-cost option that states until your opponent's next turn, one of their Digimon gets, when deleted, lose 2 memory. So like if you have Pierce or something like that, you can swing at it and then get 2 memory. It's cool. It's not bad.
Just download it on their card,
Yeah.
Sarismon.
Yeah, like Sarismon unironically really likes this card. And then Blasted Disaster. 6-cost option, suspend all of your opponent's Digimon, and then for every Digimon that they have suspended, you gain 1 memory. So you can potentially turn this into like a 2-cost option. And this sets up Nidhogg really, really well. So it's not terrible. It's very okay. Green options to set are not bad. They're just not...
like a flower cannon.
They're not very good.
Instead of Entmon.
What's up?
Instead of Entmon.
Yeah, it's Entmon. Yeah, you can set up Entmon because Entmon is, again, D-Scissors if D-Scissors had a body. But its security effect is unfortunately only suspend 1, so kind of sucks.
It's just flower cannon, but like kind of reversed.
So going into black options, Parabolic Junk is one of your Digimon gets, when deleted, gain 2 memory. And then security added to your hand. So again, it's supporting decoy. We talked about this. Yes. Iron Fisted Onslaught. Main effect, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. So it's the opposite of Happy Bullet Showering. And security effect, you just activate the main effect. So it's more or less Gaia Force, right?
That art though, god damn.
Yeah, it's super sick.
It's also the opposite of Ginku.
Like this is the card that Black wanted for a long time.
Yeah, so if they play around Ganku, because Ganku snipes low, this will snipe high. So really, really cool in tangent with one another. It really complements it.
It's such a good security stack card.
Okay, Grave Memory Boost. Oh, what's up, Tessera?
It's really expensive though at 8.
It is really expensive, yes.
So, but we could probably see a lot. It could probably see a lot of play in like security control decks.
For sure. Okay, Grave Memory Boost. Same delay effect, but you can choose 1 purple Digimon from your trash and add it back to your hand. So, like we mentioned before, with the Murmixmon Ornusmon combo, you can Grave Memory Boost the Murmixmon back. This option's sick.
Tamer Matt.
It's Tamer Matt, except it doesn't grab options.
Yeah. It's pretty solid. It's just not. It has the same option. It has the same issue as Tamer Matt. It's like you can't really just like play this early.
Okay, somebody said Grave Memory Boost plus Lilithmon plus equals Infinite Recycle, especially paired with Necrophobia.
What are you doing with that?
Yeah, I think the only issue with that is you don't get anywhere with that because the best way to play Lilithmon at the current moment is you use Fuse into the ultimate Digimon, and then you just go into Zwart, and then you just keep making multiple new level 5s because Zwart calls 2 level 5s, and then you make a new Lilithmon on that, and then you play Fuse again, and you just rinse and repeat because Lilithmon is once per turn per stack.
Also, the issue with Lilithmon, the reason she wasn't good before BT05 is because Lilithmon, yes, she give you a lot of value, but what are you doing with all that value?
Yeah, like you have to actually push with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you have to do something.
yeah, Fusion allow you to extend that. Like this, like getting all this extra memory with like Great Memory Boost is like neat, but it doesn't. Again, it doesn't like expand upon your game plan. You're not doing anything.
Right. Okay. So purple's last option, Underworld's Call. I like this one a lot actually. 4 cost. When you trash this card from your hand using one of your effects, you may draw 1. So it refunds itself, Pog.
Wait. Oh, yeah, this card's sick.
And then and its main effect is you can play a level 4 or lower purple Digimon from your trash without paying its cost. And note, it does activate their on plays, so Ogremon would work.
Yeah, so I've been testing this one I don't really use it for the discard effect that often. It's like usually you don't want to because this card has a lot of value.
The main effect is so strong, yeah.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
you play this as a 4 of though, just because of the value it creates?
Would you play as a 4 of? I think you'd say 3. 4 is kind of hard because it's just like.
3, okay, 3's still a good number though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
No, it's a
like-
really good card. The other big thing is that like if you have Ginkaku or something like that, this is 3 costs, right? So like because of it's just like really nice. You can do a lot.
How I see it is that you use this just to make cheap
yeah.
Ginkaku promotes from the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can revive the Ginkaku promote, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
If you
Yellow
play
had like what was it? Finding Light Bushiagu for game.
Yeah, we have
just
Underworld
play this
called
for game.
Ginkaku.
Yeah. Or even something as simple as you play this and you get an ogre and you can ogre discard, pop something and get the 1 memory off your Ginkaku source, and this become a 3 cost play snipe something and play a body. It's
Okay.
like it's a really powerful option.
Cutting.
the most basic thing
what's
too,
up?
you could just play a blocker. You could just play a blocker with it too, like the most
Yeah.
basic
Yeah.
combos.
Yeah, it's just value. Like it's
Okay.
like this card's never bad.
Cutting edge. Whew. Okay. 6 cost.
Every time we get something Eos related.
Oh god. 6 cost option. You may play 1 level 5 or lower Aosmon from your hand without paying its cost, then delete one of your opponents with DP less than or equal to the Digimon played with this effect. Security effect. Activate this card's main effect.
It pop a blocker.
Please keep in mind Aosmon is only a 6k DP. Majority of level 5s in this game are more than 6k. Aosmon level... This cutting edge doesn't kill level 5s on average.
It kill a blocker though.
Oh man, we did it. We killed the blocker. Oh, dude, it's literally just fucking worst judgment of the blade. Ah. And finally, after 2.5 hours, God, that took a while. We get to the last card. Alphamon. Was it worth it?
Dude.
No.
Fuck no.
It was not worth the wait. Okay. Alphamon is a 3 cost evolution in black, and he's 11k DP. He is a security effect. At the end of the battle, you may add this card to your hand. And then, if you or your opponent have a Digimon with Royal Knight or X antibody in their type, up to 12 of your opponent's Digimon cannot attack for the turn. When attacking, you may pay up to 5 memory. For every memory spent, he gets plus 1000 DP, and after attacking, you do gain 2 memory.
Or 1 set too late.
He's 1 set too late.
If he gets deleted, you lose that last skill, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because it's after attacking.
He's,
Alright,
he's also only 11.
Yeah.
That's the big set.
That's why you have to pump him up.
Yeah, let me make him 13 and
Oh,
get 2
just-
memory.
What?
Yeah.
Just pump up his power, clown face.
So,
It-
what's up?
Yeah, just like I was saying, this
Okay.
guy's 1 set too late. Like,
If
who's,
yeah,
there's not a lot of Royal Knights this set.
Jessmon,
A lot. That's only,
Dynasmon, Alphamon, wait,
Right.
I will say I still like Alphamon just cause like it's flavorful as fuck.
Oh yeah, okay. So Alphamon is really cool, like Karan is saying, because he's good against Royal Knights and X antibodies, and the reason why he specifically says 12, there are 12 Royal Knights. So when he pops out, he's like, hey, cut that shit out, idiot. It's dope. It's super dope. Super duper dope.
They chose the number 12 just
because they chose 12 specifically for the flavor. And so, because Alphamon, he retired or whatever, like he's just like, I'm gonna fade out into the background, homie. And when he sees the Royal Knights clowning, he's like, hey, stop that shit. But otherwise, he's okay. If he was during the Lord Knight mod meta, then he'd be pretty good actually, because if Lord Knight hits this in security, then none of their shit can attack, which is like really good, because then you force their lethal out of the way.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just forgot to add it to that set, because like the fact that its art connects.
Yeah,
with
his art
Omni
connects with
X,
OmniX. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a conspiracy theory, but like I feel like it's true.
They just forgot. They were like, guys, do we fit Alphamon or do we fit Zort Defeat?
I mean, there's an argument that they waited for this because he's shop and try, right? Along with Jessica.
Yeah, they definitely just waited to snipe him and try it, yeah. But yeah.
What's really weird is it also counts with like X antibodies, but the only X antibodies right now are him and Omni X. Both
Mm-hmm.
are
Well, it's because he himself is like X antibody, right? And then, like that's probably in reference
and a
to
Royal Knight.
What?
He's also a Royal Knight.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it's probably in reference to the one X movie.
To the movie.
Yeah, where it was.
Like,
because they might make Dex Dorugamon later.
Like Dexmon and all.
I will say
that part of the connection just isn't working at all until later when we get X antibodies.
Right, it has a lot of future applications.
Yeah, it's
right?
just future proofing.
Yeah, in a set where we suddenly get a bunch of X Digimon, he's certainly become a lot more relevant because the security is always active.
Okay.
But
I still like him as a
thing.
card just because like he has a little security effect that's cute. Wait, he doesn't get played though, right? He's just
no, he just goes to your hand.
Oh, big sad.
Yeah, that's the worst part. If he get played, then you can make a lot of justification.
Have I seen the BT7 name leak? Yeah, the next adventure 02020202. Armor Evolution. Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, right. So
Wait,
overall,
that's pretty hot.
I hope it's Armor Evolution. Okay, but overall,
Next has an X in it.
Overall, every time we get a new Digimon set, it always wows me, because I always think this set is so good. There's no way they can top this, right? And then bam, they top it. It's crazy. Like, okay, for English players, I'm sure people are very, very tired of 1.5 by this point because we've played it for a couple months now, right? But if you look at 1.5, 1.5 had a bunch of really, really good design cards, right? It's double. No, it's the next adventure. I'll type that in chat for those of you that didn't hear me.
Low-key, I'd say it's like kind of like the opposite for me. Like, at first when I saw 1.5, or not 1.5, I'm sorry. Set 6 cards. I was a little like, this is cool, but it's like nothing like too big, right? Until like yesterday, and then I see everything, like all the pieces together.
Yeah.
Then that's when I'm like, damn, this is actually pretty lit. Cause like when we first saw Titamon, right? We didn't see any else like the discard fodder cards or like any of that stuff. So it seemed like, oh, this is cool, but it's kind of like, whatever, But now it's like all the pieces are coming together. It's like, all right, this is actually pretty.
So
for a long time, Popo player, Titamon was really significant in this sense. The Tetsuro know the struggle, because Popo as a color has always been pretty good, like in terms of cards quality, right? The issue with Popo is that Popo decks are just inherently inconsistent, because almost every Popo deck wanted you play like Super Jing ratio, and this deck. This set, they're just like, all right, you get Titamon, you get to be normal. You can play normal ratios like a normal human being.
Yeah.
When I tried helping my friend build purple, I always like found her ratios weird.
Yeah, because it is weird. It's super weird. Yeah, like 1.5, like Sarasbon, Shine, Olforce, all these they're really cool cards, right? Like they're fundamentally really cool cards. BT4, they introduced more emphasis on mid-game, right? We have Lilamon, we have War Growlmon, Rise Greymon. Like, level 5 matters so much more now in BG4, right? Mach Galgamon. Even Gogmamon, shit. So...
Big fan of the level 5 format. Or not format, but, like cards.
Right. So in BG4, level 5 is really strong power spike for a lot of colors, right? That's cool. That's really cool. And then in BT6... we go even crazier. Okay, we get haste. We get the blitz mechanic from the red line. We get Hexblow. We get Crusader. We get Rafflesia. We got Nidhogg last set. That card's crazy too. Chaos Gallon, Zwart, Blitz Omni. Like what? Like, these effects are so cool. Fuse into the Ultimate Digimon. That's like, oh my god. In this set, Red got board expansion. Source Strip is finally good. Yellow's, every archetype that isn't Crusader got a huge buff. Green doesn't exist. Black got removal. And
Green never happened.
Black got removal, and purple now has consistency? What do we get next in BT7? What is next to come? It's so
green.
It's so good.
You know what I like though? Like, whenever you see like cards get, a set getting stronger than the last set or whatever, usually people think, oh no, the format's gonna get hella fast or whatever. But like, it doesn't. It's really not. It's still the same pace. It's just everything is more unique and like more fleshed out, which is really cool.
So I think the interesting part about that is, so you can make the argument this format is going to be faster because of the bonds and the warp digivolve that they introduced, right?
Oh yeah, that's pretty fast.
That is fast, but keep in mind that those going fast does come with a price, a very significant and hefty price nonetheless. But also we have decks like Security Control, which can stop that fast pace and like slow it down, right? I feel like that's the good part about Security, is that bonds are strong. Okay, well if you're playing Jessamon, let's just run Gaia Force, right? Let's run cards that blow them out, you know? When you design a Digimon deck, there's a lot of factors that you have to take into account. You know, the speed of the meta, whether you want vanillas or effects, how your ratio is affected. There's so much that goes into it. It's really interesting. That's why Digimon meta is forever evolving, because it consistently adapts and changes based on what the meta becomes. Okay, Jessamon is good. Cool. Let's play Security Control. Oh, Jessamon's playing like Precise Tactics now to counter that. You know, it's just shit like that.
People stopped using Gaia Force, so right?
They're also one thing they're very good at is identifying problems with old archetype and adding new cards to support those old archetype.
Yes.
Like every single set, we have seen multiple cards that help old archetype. Is it tier 1? Maybe not, but a lot of old archetype isn't like just power.
Yeah, literally Ancient Greymon is a prime example.
Ancient Greymon's really cool with that Agunimon promo.
Yeah, but then you can just block it, so like no damage will get through. But now we have Flamemon, who gives it piercing.
Oh, the Flamemon's not the promo one; it's in this set, right? Yeah, dude, that Flamemon's insane.
Yeah, like Imperial is probably playable in BT6. Like, I don't know if it's top tier, but it's definitely very playable in BT6.
Yeah, because all Mega Zoo.
Yeah, like there's a lot like you don't feel bad buying SR in Digimon, because even yes your stuff might be good one set and not good the next set, but you can have the feeling that stuff kind of circle around, unless the card is just like terrible, right? But most stuff kind of just generally circle around and become playable later. Like Wargreymon BT04 become a lot better than BT06, and then you have like Ceresmon is really solid. I think Ceresmon is still really solid.
Well, it's just Ceresmon has the foundation. Whenever we get Digisorption support, that's just Ceresmon support, you know?
Right. A lot of cards are made with future support in mind. Like if BT01 Wargreymon played this set, I'm not surprised, because he countered a lot of like the stuff that people want to play, right? If option Security Control certainly become a thing, I can see like BT01 Wargreymon as like a backup for Jessamon in the deck, you know? It's a shut down stuff.
Yeah, and if like people are playing around Slur, like, you know what the counter to Slur Strip is? You just play Shoutmon. No, you just play Shoutmon, right? Like, oh man, my red deck is getting stripped. Let's just Shoutmon, because they can't strip it if you just swing on the Digivolve. But yeah, definitely. Digimon design is so good. I love it so much. Out of every card game I've played, Digimon design just pulls me in every single time. So crazy. Okay.
Hey, how many Digisorption cards are there? Actually, like, curious.
There are very few.
Also, Argo.
Basically everything from 1.5.
Argo.
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Nothing
6,
from
7.
4 and 5?
Nope.
Oh no, 5 did.
Oh wait, wait.
Argo.
6. There were 6.
Because there's too many.
There's 4 Argos, Blossomon, and Ceresmon.
Yeah, and then we have Royal Nuts and Kiwimon as consistency boosters for those.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Because I'm talking about like actual
Yeah, we got Argo. We got a new Argo 6.
Okay.
And then that
so
Argo
it's
6.
Total.
Yeah, Argo 6 also suspends tamers, and they can't unsuspend. So he's really good anti-tamer support.
That's pretty. Okay, that's pretty lit. All right.
Okay, I forgot about that card.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I forgot. I didn't even realize that thing existed.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm telling you, the design is just so good, so good.
Because I really did like Digisorption, like as long as it's like, because Ceresmon's a cool card, you know, as long as it's not like super game warping.
Yeah.
Right.
Now it really isn't.
No, it's very much so a 10 card.
It's more so hidden. Yeah, it's more so hidden potential that was like pushing it.
Listen, dude, I bought a 4 Alt-Art Ceresmons, okay? One day, we will come back to the forefront. One day.
Hey, you know.
Dude, I just my Sarazmon deck sitting there.
Got...
That's gonna be thrown in the trash with BT4, but it's okay. Okay, it'll come back.
We got 2 freaking child deck, and then suddenly people are playing BTO2 Gallantmon. This is crazy.
Dude, Rust Tyrannomon trial deck, where it at?
Like a Tyrannomon child deck would legit be like insane. Like it would just be really cool if Rust suddenly become like a playable card.
Yeah, we talked about it, but like
make Rust playable.
No, dude, imagine yellow and green trial deck. It's Sakuyamon and Mega Gargomon.
I hate you. No, not Sakuyamon. Stop it.
No, what do you
like
think?
Literally any yellow Mega that's not Renamon. Why are you like this, man?
But Sakuyamon has such a cool playstyle, like the cool effect.
Oh, we were talking. We were discussing that actually. Sakuyamon is a counter to the bonds.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Because they pull out a raising, they would activate the time mat ability or whatever whatever. The Sakuyamon would neg them, so they can't warp. Otherwise, they won't do anything. Well, yeah, they can't do anything because it's the moment they pull out a raising, they get hit with a -3.
Gabumon especially. Yeah,
Gabumon especially gets boned by this. At least Agumon can kill the Sakuya, but definitely Sakuya is really good against... What?
And against Flick +1 from the Agumon, so you can at least do some damage, right? Or is it -2?
It's -3.
Sakuya.
-3.
-3, that's funny.
That's really funny.
Yeah, you still get the security...
you get a burn 1. You get a pop 1, burn 1 with Agumon. Gabumon like, can clear all your low stuff, but it literally does nothing else.
Alright, Dan B says, start with black. Unfortunately, we have already gone through the entirety of BT6, but this stream will be archived, so if you want to watch it, you definitely can. But yeah, like just in general, design of this game is good. Because every card is relatively unique to other cards, for the most part, right? There are a few exceptions, like Gigadramon and Giromon, for example. But for the most part, cards are very uniquely designed, and they do very different things. So deck building in this game is just so crazy. But yeah.
Thoughts on Black Megazoo post set 6?
Vanillas are getting power crept.
Yeah, vanillas are pushing it a bit, but it's even then.
I feel like you wouldn't use Alphamon in Megazoo.
I think out of anything the power creep. Anything the power creep, I think vanillas are okay to use for that.
Well, the argument for that also is you might have to power creep vanilla. You know, like as card effect get better and better.
You have to make better vanillas to keep up.
Right, like you need to give people a reason to play vanilla, right?
That's actually like a really fair point.
I think the only way you can keep people using vanilla is just like making them the only like one memory evolution.
Well, not only that, but also giving them like really high DP thresholds to dodge certain things.
Yeah,
that's what they've been doing this set at least. Like they made 7K level 4s.
Right.
Yeah, they're very good about maintaining threshold for removal, like 6K, 7K, 5K. All have very big implication into the amount of removal.
Somebody asked thoughts on Black Megazoo post set 6. It's good. Megazoo in general is good.
But Alphamon though, I don't know.
No Alphamon, no Alphamon.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
I made one list. I made one list as a meme. You don't play Alphamon.
Okay. Dan B, Alphamon, it's not worth it. I'm sorry, dog. Gankumon.
There's a lot more direct removal now.
Oh, for Megazoo? You don't think it's worth it?
I mean, we're still talking like theoretically, but I'm like, could it really be as good as it was if there's more?
Probably not as good. Like... Definitely not as good, but I still think it's relatively good. Like it's probably still within the tier 2 territory.
Yeah. Well, also, we got quite a few cards that's like not just on Digivolve, right? Like we have cards like just have
You have a lot of on-place cards.
Yeah, on-place card or effect.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I love Bellstar is it harkens back to playstyles of my BT2 purple decks. I played a lot like I do those decks, or at least I built it a lot like I do those decks.
Yeah, you like. I would not be surprised if there's like a security control deck that just play Bellstar, to just play a 7-cost option for free, right? Because then Bellstar would be like a 12-cost drop with stronger than on average on-play effect, right? Because the option that Bellstar have access to are generally better than a lot of other Heart Slam Mega, right?
He's asked, what about Gankumon? Gankumon in Mega Zoo? No, but Gankumon in like a standard black deck, yeah, it's pretty good.
Gankumon's option doesn't seem that bad in a Mega.
No, you would play his option in Mega Zoo. It's really good in Mega Zoo.
Yeah, you would.
Okay, so now that we've covered the entire set and it is almost midnight, I will bid everyone farewell. Thank you for coming to this stream. And like I said, if you missed anything or you're coming in late,